What is up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Good vibes to you. We are here with another episode of What Did Adam Say? And I'm super excited. It seems like this season is full of friends that I need to catch up with because I've just been head down, grinding, going super hard, especially the past year and a half, because I had to survive. Today's guest is my friend, Chef Rodney. He is a chef who combined his obsession with cooking with his undying obsession with cannabis to create amazing, I would say treats, but they're not even treats at this point, especially with what we were talking about before this. He's doing such a broad array of items, so we'll talk about that more. He also has reviewed strains so you can get a better understanding of the effects of cannabis because that's super important. So this is going to be a cannabis heavy, natural medicine type of podcast. If you're into that, make sure you share with your friends and let's do the damn
Wait,
thing.
what am I doing? Created a movement, won't ruin what you are pursuing. But I wake up every morning, never yawning, cause I wake up with the intent to make today my bitch. And I don't need to hear you talking, so just shut your lips. Cause I'ma make it, yeah, I'ma make it, I'ma make it, I'ma make it. Lord have mercy, I'ma make it. I wake up with the intent to make today my bitch. And I don't need to hear you talking, so just shut your lips. I'ma make it. Yeah, I'ma make it, I'ma make it, I'ma make it. Lord have mercy, I'ma make it up. This shit is crazy, right? This shit is crazy, right?
This shit is crazy, right?
That intro, though, that intro.
Yeesh.
Always glad to fucking hear that, man. Always glad to hear that. I love that, man. Was that's you, right?
Yeah, that was my song. It's funny because the last time you were on, that song was just like a Lucy, and then since you've been on, I dropped a whole fucking album, like shit's wild how much we're all doing.
Hope you didn't break any toes. Let me just put it that way. But
uh,
no, man, what's up, bro? Thanks for having me on. How you been?
I've been great, man. I feel like I'm really finally, I don't want to say finally because I feel like I've been like slowly inching my way there, but I feel like I'm finally like on my road, like the road I'm meant to be on. You know what I mean? Like I'm in a leadership position. I'm working on projects that will affect my kids, and working on legacy with everything that I'm doing. So like it's wild. It's more wild because most people can't understand it.
Yo, I'm gonna sum it up real easy for you. It's like Snoop said, still waters run deep.
mm,
And that's the point of it. Like,
exactly.
listen, I feel you on so many levels, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit just happened to me. Maybe it's maybe like that age thing or something. But
Maybe.
it's like you went to bed pissed off, and you woke up the next morning and go, "Fuck that shit," and it just happened. You know what I mean? Like it just flipped. And it's just like so many good things. Okay, let me ask you this then. Have you reached that point where the anxiety sets in and you go, okay, what's the catch?
Yeah, I've after the fiasco with my business partner, everything does that to me. Anytime I hear an opportunity, I'm like, okay, what's the catch? Like it's just ingrained in my head now.
Like
Like,
you're expecting some kind of like, you have a cynicism towards things, you know?
yeah, unfortunately, I really do. Like even now, like working in strategic partnerships with people, it's hard sometimes because I'm like, ooh, like that was a red flag my old partner did. Like, is this going down the same road? And then it's like not even that, but it's just your
You're
mind.
hypersensitive
Yeah,
to it.
exactly. And it's almost like you can make scenarios up in your head once you've been like fucked over so many times. It's like, damn, like is everybody out to get me? Like,
Yeah, dude, that's that meme that's flying around. It's like, don't try to bullshit an overthinker. They've already like figured it out a number of different ways. That shit's so true because I am an overthinker. Like, listen, it's a chef thing. We're not just doing one thing. We might be standing here talking to you, telling you tonight's specials or whatever have you, but in our minds, we're miles away doing something else. You know what I mean? That's the truth of it. But it's multitasking, and like it got to the point where like you're able to click on cruise control, if that makes any sense. You can take a break real quick, you know what I mean, and
Mhm.
kind of like the take your foot off the pedal and rest it for a second, you know what I mean. Don't condone doing that. That's not what anyways the point is, you know, the anxiety relaxes a little bit, but then that hypersensitivity kicks in, and you're like, okay, wait a minute. If it's calm waters now, where's the rapids? You know, I feel that, man. You know, I feel that. That's kind of where I'm at. You know, that's the truth of it.
It's all new territory, right? Like it's like when you get to a point like this, I'm doing so much that hasn't really been done,
Hmm.
and it's every day. It's like, is this gonna fucking work? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And every time I'm like, I knew this wasn't gonna work. It's like, boom, falls into place perfectly. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll keep chasing that. You know, like it's like
Hmm. Dude, I
the
feel
the
that.
whole environmental thing, dude. Like when my business partner and I like split, and the business was getting dissolved, and I had to figure out what to do. It really kind of put a sour taste in my mouth about the whole CBD market in general. But I knew that I had customers to take care of and employees to take care of, so I had to have my CBD line going. It just never felt like fulfilling, and even my fiance would say, like, I don't think this is like your life purpose. I don't think your life purpose is CBD. And I'm like, yeah, I feel that. I do think it's like cannabis related. I've always said that, but in a,
Or influenced heavily by.
super, like I wouldn't be where I'm
Right.
at with hemp if I didn't
Yeah.
grow outside. Like we were saying before the show, like we've all grown outside. If you're this far into the community and doing this much, it's we've all grown outside, maybe legally.
Listen, they ain't seen it, it ain't happened. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. That's all it is. Is like it ain't a crime if you don't get
No.
caught, right?
Listen, a police officer has to see the crime take place. Otherwise, that shit had never happened. It never happened.
Exactly. Yeah. What proof?
And you know, okay, so hang on a second. Let's talk about that real quick. Check this out. So there there are people in the state of Michigan now that you know, if an officer confiscates it or something like that, some of them can. It depends, okay. But if they confiscate it and they have it, you know, that same government is asking for caregivers and for people to give their weed over so they can be tested. What you already have it, like just test
Right.
what you have.
Exactly. Like, why do you have to make it so fucking hard?
Here's the best part: we're finding that it don't really always make it back.
Hmm.
Because here's the thing: why would they be asking for stuff to test if they, you know? And then they're like, "Oh, it's incinerated." Yeah, at your house, but we won't talk about that. You know what I mean? But listen,
I've always wondered that. Like, I get a lot of lab tests done, and I've submitted a
yeah.
lot of full size product, and it's like, okay,
I know you didn't use all that.
yeah, you guys, your sample said you needed zero point 0.6 milliliters. You needed like 3 milliliters out of 30.
Where'd the
It's
rest
like,
of it go?
I think the next time that I do samples, I'm gonna send them in a sample vial with the jar as if it's packaged, so they could take a picture of like the jar with the sample jar. Because I'm so sick of the shit that they pull. It's like the last time I tested at a lab, they fucking my shit came up like double the strength.
Oh
And
shit!
I was like, okay, this is weird, guys, because I've tested dozens of fucking batches of different things, salves, oils, everything, and I've never had it be more than 20% higher, which is usually what I aim for. You know, like if I have 1,000 milligrams, I want it to be 1,200, just because if it degrades at all, at least it's still above 1,000.
You
You
have
never
like
know,
that
like
gap, yeah.
exactly, like people store it incorrectly or something. It's like, okay, cool, we're good. Um, fuck, I just lost my train of thought because.
Storing tinctures incorrectly, putting 1,200 instead of 1,000 in it.
Oh yeah, so my labs came up double, and I was like, dude, on all of them? So you're telling me I made six
Oh
math
shit!
mistakes when I've never made one? Like I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. And they just kind of ignored me.
Do you
They just
think that they bump the numbers up just to for whatever? Or
maybe it's possible.
listen, clerical mistakes happen all the time. We know that in the black market. That's all I'm saying. That's all I can say on that. But
Clerical errors. We'll call it a
that's why
clerical.
everything's written in pen. If it's written in pen, it's being officiated. If it's in pencil, may not be there tomorrow.
Exactly.
But no, man, that's crazy. Like I do feel that in so many levels. Like it feels like bullshit is just out of the way. If that's an easy way to kind of describe what's going on. I wouldn't say so much as the planets have aligned or anything of that nature. No, more or less, things just started to be less dumb.
Right.
That's really that's the truth though. Like I've never had so much like scrutiny in my life real quick. Like let me just say this. Everybody would be ecstatic and elated and excited to be doing what we're doing. I'm terrified. You know what I mean? Because it's like
You.
exactly. Exactly. So,
You have nobody to lay down a road for you and be like, this is the right
exactly.
way to do it. It's like, okay, I see a forest now. What do I do? It's like build a road. I only have my hands. Like,
Exactly. You got to figure something out. And like you were saying, more to that point, man, to add more to that. What you're doing, dude, you can't go, hey man, real quick, what did you do? Like you can consult with like some people and like do like a peer review real quick and like ask some questions like, oh dude, I never thought of that. Constructive criticism, you know that crowd, you know those people,
right.
and then like you hear drama and everything. You're like, oh, he said, she said, oh, he said, she said. Well, consider your fucking sources. That's all I'm gonna say. You
Mhm.
know, from that, you kind of build your own fucking way, man.
You have to.
You do, and that's the truth. But at the same time, I think it is important to say that we should probably focus a little bit on self-care too. We push ourselves really hard. We really do. Weed is important. Being medicated is important.
Hey,
And yeah, man, I think that having the access to that kind of medicine at good prices and growing it yourself and things of that nature, I think it's a remarkable thing to be able to do and talk about because of the OGs that laid down, their lives. R.I.P. Frenchie Cannoli, R.I.P. Eddie Lepp, Jack, all of them,
yeah.
and we owe it to them. If they didn't do what they did, we wouldn't be able to be talking about this right now.
Yeah, who knows if the government probably would have just kept it illegal forever if we didn't have the
Yeah.
people like that fighting to get us to this point because like now it seems so normalized. I mean, there's still definitely a stigma. Like
Mhm.
I'm at the malls every day and you get a mixed crowd. Well, not every day, but I talk to my employees who are there every
Right.
day. And it's a mixed crowd of people that are like, I use the real thing, and then the other people that are like, "Ugh, I don't do drugs, like
Right.
so those people do exist. That I do feel like the cannabis people are easier to talk over because we're like, bro, have you ever taken CBD like an hour before you smoked a fucking joint and seen how
Hmm.
much better of an experience it is? They're like, what? I'm like, you about to smoke? They're like, yeah, I'm gonna go shopping and then we're gonna smoke in the car. I was like, okay, take a sample of the oil right now. And then like the next day they'll come and buy like, what the fuck was that? Like, bro,
Everybody gets one.
the entourage effect. You're welcome.
I gotta correct you though. It's not the entourage effect. It's the ensemble. It's the ensemble effect. I got corrected by Adam Brook, Mr. Hashbash himself, hundreds of times. So here's what they told me. Here's how they told it to me. So the entourage effects takes one cannabinoid and elevates it with all the surrounding cannabinoids pushing it up. Right? That's what we thought. That's what was said. It's the ensemble effect. Instead of taking, it's not just one cannabinoid. It's all of them at the exact same time.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying? So there's no way to isolate it in your body for, in your ECS. So they've realized that it's just all of the cannabinoids at one same time with an emphasis of a little bit louder music, here and there for whatever instruments. But that was the way that it was described to me. And that makes so much more sense. Not to rain on your parade, but like at the
Oh,
same time, that blew my mind.
I like that even better. But I do think timing is definitely important
Yes.
because like I've noticed with people if they take CBD and then like an hour later smoke, it's more intense. But if
Hmm.
they took an edible and at the peak of it, they're like, "Oh, the floor's melting," and they take CBD, it'll level them out. It's very
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah, that's very true. So if you want the best effect for cannabis, in my opinion, I always use a CBD tincture when I wake up. You know, I got my boy Rob Robar from the Helping Friendly Hemp Company. I told him I'd get it right, and I got it right.
Hey,
Shout out to him. He let me try his mango. I love everything myrcene. You know, that's my jam. That's my go-to. You know, it's very common, so it works out. His is pretty on point. There's no milky aftertaste with tincture. Like, it's smooth. You know, it's like boom. Okay, I get it. I put some in my coffee, a little bit of keef, THC keef. I have my morning. You know, I smoke joints. I don't do dabs until like after, you know, after my coffee, and then I'll start dabbing. But, you know, there is a method to my mantra. You know what I mean? Like, but I do use the CBD. I also make shakes with that are infused with just raw leaves. I go downstairs and I'll pick, you know, I don't take my girl's big ones, but I'll take the small ones and I'll throw them into the shake. I'll wait 15, 20 minutes and then I'll do my dabs or, you know, whatever have you. And then boom, it's just that mellow ride. Like, I feel very calm, complacent, centered,
yeah.
not angry.
It, it's so
great.
important. Like when I'm flipping out or something, like when I'm like, oh my God, everything is fucking going wrong today and I'm gonna flip my lid. It's like, okay, let's just do a dab. All right. I still kind of feel tense. Let's do a
Two
micro.
won't hurt. Two won't hurt.
Two won't hurt.
Two won't hurt. Yeah, just keep going.
To myself, another one's okay. Like,
If you get to the point where you're like trying to count your dabs and you go, does this make me an alcoholic? You should just stop everything and just reset your button. You're already confusing, you know, pleasantries, if you will. But it's crazy. No, so interesting enough, man. Last we spoke, I was really kind of on the smoking joints game. Like, that was my jam, and I still love that.
yeah.
This dab train, though, that's a whole new world.
Yeet, yeet, yeet.
It showed me. Oh, there you are. That's yeah. Look at this one. So if I pop up mine, it's gonna do some like green screen shit.
Oh
Yeah.
man, do you have is that the fucking honey badger?
No, it's just a silicone one I bought for like $20 at a local head shop. I was like, screw it.
Fucking honey badgers.
I have not seen them. No, I just picked up the unicorn, the Luca unicorn. I was gonna get the seahorse, but my buddy told me to get the e-nail unicorn thing, and that's pretty sweet, honestly.
Dude, it is an e-nail type of thing, but it's an electronic fucking nectar collector.
Oh shit.
So you don't have to bring your torch around with you and shit. You just press a button, it heats up, you hit it, and then you turn it off.
I need like 10 of those.
Dude, right? It's like the only thing besides like a pistol. It's like the only thing I want for Christmas.
Yo, what if you could get like a pistol holster for that?
Dude, a holster for my nectar collector on my pistol holster.
Did you hear about New York real quick though? Like, if you fly into New York with like I think up to 3 ounces, they'll let you have it.
What?
I'm not even joking.
Yeesh.
Look into that seriously. Like, I heard that somewhere. I know it was confirmed in some site, but their idea on weed though, and I've been looking into this a little bit because you read the news clips for other states. Let's face it. Their idea is like, well, crime has went down, so why not? You know what I mean? They're like, it's fucking working. Let them have their weed. We don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
That's
I actually have to fucking, weirdly enough, look into Minnesota's weed laws.
Okay, what's going on over there?
I'm going to Minnesota in May for VCon.
Oh, word.
I don't know, like, have you seen the V Friends project that Gary V dropped?
No. Okay, so hang on. V Friends. Gary Vaynerchuk is the person we're talking about. Yes, I follow a lot of things he says. You know, I like his ideas. So V Friends, it's NFTs, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. That's and then I know that the NFTs can be traded, sought, bought, sold, things of that nature. So it's similar to stocks, and then there are different pictures. That's all I know.
Yeah, so it's essentially like digital art through cryptocurrency that typically has utilities, right? So sometimes the utilities will be like unlockable characters down the line in a video game that they're creating. My utilities were like CBD discounts heavy, so like my rare token holders get a 50% discount for life, and then they get exclusive access to like I make content just for them, and then I do live tours just for them. And I also have my grow journal that they have full access to. So everything I put in my grow journal, like they could literally follow it and do exactly what I'm doing. So it's like if you invest in me, you have to you have to give that back. But that's what the NFTs are. They have different utilities. Gary's NFT, his utility, one of the big ones is that you get access to VCon, which he says is going to be the best conference ever. He's like, I've been to hundreds of conferences. I've seen the best of the best of the best of the best, and I'm going to outdo them all. And I really do believe him. So, like, it's in Minnesota at the Minnesota Vikings Stadium. This motherfucker rented out a stadium. And we got to go there. So I'm like, okay, bet. Some of the utilities on VFriends are cool. Some of them are like there's a courtside cat. I think it's courtside cat. You could literally sit courtside at a basketball game with Gary V.
Hell yeah.
So and then, like there's Hangout Hawk. You can do like a FaceTime with him. You could. I think there's one that you could do like wine tasting with him because he came from the wine world. That's the start.
He had like a gas station, right?
No, his dad owned a liquor store and he worked for his dad's
That's what it was.
store until he basically brought his dad's business from like a $1 million a year business to like $30 million. I can't.
He's the man.
Man, it's been a while since I heard his origin story. I used to have those numbers memorized. I feel like a wannabe Gary V fan for not knowing that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that. You know, what he would say is like, "Good, you're doing your own thing. You're creating your own path. It doesn't matter what I do." That's what he
I
would say.
actually stopped listening to him for a while because
I
was
started, so you know.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, I just get it, bro. I get it.
Yeah.
You're saying a lot of the same things, and I just need to fucking do them. You're right. All right. And then I did them, and I'm like, oh wow, I haven't had time to listen to a podcast in a while. Like, all right, let me.
No, do you still listen to music though?
Not really, honestly. Like
See, I always listen to music.
I'll drive in silence. Sometimes I'll sit here in my room in silence. Like I'm weird, dude. Like I'm always in my head and fucking thinking and diving way too deep for no reason.
Told you you're an overthinker, man. I knew it.
Oh, I'm a huge overthinker.
But at the same time, it works for you, don't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say my overthinking is what leads me to my questioning, which leads me to getting answers and pushing further. So it's not a bad thing at all.
Again, I would just say it's hypervigilance.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude,
that's the reason for when I overthink things. That's, you know, I had a lot of years of I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. Man, chefs aren't. You're not a chef for the money. Let's face it. You're trying to figure your life out. If you are a chef for for the money, you've already made your money, and you're kind of just riding it out until retirement at this point, or whatever. There's so many different facets in the kitchen where you kind of just give up after a while and go on to something else. And a lot of that happens. Well, for us lifers, as it's called, you put so many years in, it's hard to take a step back. And then when COVID hit and everything got eviscerated, it was hard. And it made a lot of us think, yo, was that Thanos snap real? Like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? Like, like, shit, I saw this shit, but we witnessed it. That's going to create a little bit of hypervigilance in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I've always been the underdog. I've always been told, you can't do this. Well, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Everything else is just a bonus, but there comes a time where and it made, listening to Gary V and watching that and watching, the shit that you've been doing, man, seriously, I've been watching that shit. I may not have it memorized, but I've been seeing it, there's more that's added to your radar though, in a good way. And you're like, okay, this helps out that. Okay. Now I get it. And it's like, now we're moving. Okay. All right, we have four wheels of the same size. Now we're going to get somewhere, you know what I mean? And you just keep going.
Yep.
At the end of the day, though, and I fucking guarantee you're going to be like, I don't know. Why do you do it? There's so many reasons. At the end of the day, why do you do it? I don't know.
My main reason's legacy, honestly.
That makes sense, and that's kind of implied with it. But at the same time, I guess why wouldn't have been a good. I think how is really, and I don't know how it's done. It just happens.
Yeah, I'm literally at this point. I'm like, wow, what the fuck is the point of trying to plan something? Like half the time, it's like I plan this perfectly planned thing to the minute, and everything goes wrong, or like two things go wrong and fuck up the rest of the things. Like it's just how life is. Like even the episode we're actually gonna play in 5 minutes here, we went to New York to go meet up with the V fam, and it was like a perfect day. Like I talk about it in the video, so I don't want to give too much away, but and then
Hell yeah.
it's just like from there we really thought we didn't have any content when we were there. Like it was bad. Like we were kind of like, oh, we have
Bummed,
nothing,
like
dude.
distraught. Yeah.
In New York City, nothing went right. We have nothing to put out, and we're just like bummed, super bummed. And we didn't get to meet our buddy Jeremy that we wanted to meet because everything went wrong. It's like, holy shit. Um, but it's lessons, you know. Like I'm there's certain things you have to plan. Like you apparently can't just show up at Gary V's office and be let in. I kind of forgot that he's like, you know, a fucking huge deal. So
Mm-hmm.
like his office, dude, is in like a 150 floor skyscraper thing above a mall. Like it's like what the hell is this? It's so extravagant, like overlooking Hudson Bay and whatnot. Like it's nuts over there. I tried to sneak in because they were like, "You need an appointment," and I was like, "Let's
But
see."
I'm a ninja.
So I just like walked in like I own the place. Like just the security guard looked at me at the bottom, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And just walked up the escalator, and I'm just looking at my phone as if I was like coming back from break from work, and I'm walking, and then I'm like, "Fuck!" I noticed that there's gates in front of me. Like you need a scan card to go further, and there's a guy walking like 6 feet in front of me, and I'm like, okay, I can definitely sneak behind him and get in there. And then all of a sudden I saw three other security guards walking like towards him, like towards the entrance, and I'm like, huh. I'm like feeling my pockets, like fuck, I forgot that, and I like went back down the escalator. Oh man, such a fail. Such I had
It's
the
not though.
I think I have
It's
the
not though.
recording somewhere on my phone. I didn't record because they like specifically said you need a permit to film in this building. So I like had
Right.
it filming, but in my pocket, just to like be able to hear anything that would happen. And I don't even know. In the video, I must have been like, well, that didn't work, like something like that.
Well, shucks.
Oh shit, that didn't fuck.
Gosh darn it.
Oh blast.
No, that's good. I mean, if that doesn't, provide a clarity of perseverance, I don't know what would. But at the same time, there is a tinge of a little bit of insanity there. I won't deny that at all.
Yeah,
At all.
Gary
But
said he likes that shit. You know, he
that's
likes
the
when
point,
people, like,
though.
show up and try to get his attention. And dude, I'm like, at this point, I'm like,
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's one of the V friends you won, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
it's a bunny, obviously, for those who couldn't see it.
It's a self-aware hair. You know,
Self-aware hair.
it was perfect, and it's like a constant reminder to be more self-aware of everything I'm doing. So it's a
I
good
dig
thing.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My fiance hated it at first, but I think she's warmed up to it. Let
She don't
that
really have an option now.
Did you just go? Ugh, ugh. You know what's gonna be worse? Just just for her, but not for me. Um, I was I was talking about this in one of the V Friends clubhouses. I was like, guys, I've always left my left arm bare. I don't really know why, but I've always kept it bare. And now the only thing on it is the V Friend NFT. Now I have my own NFT. I also have a couple other NFTs I really fuck with that I'm holding on long term to. What if my sleeve becomes an NFT? Like, okay, so my arm becomes an NFT sleeve, and then I get a picture taken and minted, and that also becomes an NFT. And everybody was like, dude, what the fuck? So you mean like you could, all the projects you have are now on one? They're like, dude.
You could. You could.
See, I mean, my art is crazy dope. I'll show you after this video. I'll show you the art that I have because I'm collecting some dope shit, and I'm just getting started because I'm broke. But I'm not even broke because I have offers of 50,000 in my wallet every day. I'm like, yeah, that's cute.
I'll buy one of the railroads. You don't have any fucking money. Shut up.
That's exactly what.
Give me the railroad. No, I dig it, and I don't have the ability to go to New York, you know, and so I just kind of keep grinding and creating content and like sticking to that. We have a lot of huge things coming up, you know, and some stuff I can't even talk about. A lot of the stuff I can't even talk about. A lot of the stuff I probably shouldn't even know about, but I do, and it's exciting.
Fuck yeah. It's tough sometimes to keep things to, you know, yourself, I guess you could say. For me, at least, it is definitely. I have a hard time like keeping things in and like not telling people, and I'm
I tell my
starting.
dog.
What's that?
I tell my dog.
You tell your dog?
Yeah,
That's
he ain't gonna tell shit to anybody.
I tell Panther. Yeah, no. I've learned, especially after this an experience very recently on a panel. I've realized that I need to keep some of my ideas a little closer to the tuck. You know, I gotta tuck that shit in a little bit, hide it a little bit more. And I'm still gonna be, you know, open about a lot of stuff, but. Ugh.
I feel you, dude. I feel you.
So this is episode 4 of Quest to Meet Gary V. I guess you'll kind of see the adventure we went on, and I'll talk about it more after because I don't know how much you've seen. So if you have any questions,
Let's watch the whole thing. I'm down. You got me. Let's watch it.
Go.
Previously on Quest to Meet Gary V.
I won a giveaway for one of Gary V's NFTs. Thanks for the many miles.
We are here at VaynerMedia.
They're not letting people in. Is that? There's nobody here. No. Come back out to New York. Maybe next week.
Sorry I took up so much of the time.
You can hear that, right?
Don't be sorry at all. That was great.
Yeah, it's an echo.
The dump has some really bad chemicals in it called PFAS. Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna just make it so the echo goes away because I can do that. I have the ability.
We have the technology.
That's one of those things like you just after podcast it for so many times you're like, why is this happening? Like, oh, okay.
Oh, I've accidentally moved buttons. I'm no longer allowed to touch buttons. It's just like, well, why are you mad though? I showed you. They're like, no, you don't. You just do you. I'm like, okay. You ever like in grinding it like this? Like the more you do, the less you do. You know?
Exactly. The more you do, the less you do.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It makes sense.
But it does though. That's the truth.
All right. Can you guys hear that?
We have to hit play first.
I did hit play. All right. Nope, you can't hear that because that's not clicked on. All right. Now we're good to go. Sorry, guys. You can hear that, right?
Nope.
Why? Why you do this to me? Oh, that's why it's turned down.
Previously on Quest to Meet Gary V.
I won a giveaway for one of Gary V's NFTs. Thanks for the many miles.
We are here at VaynerMedia.
Are they not letting people in? Is that? There's nobody here. No. Come back out to New York. Maybe next week.
Sorry I took up so much of the time.
Oh, don't be sorry at all. That was great. The dump has some really bad chemicals in it called PFAS.
You can't just walk into the building and say, you know what, I'm here to see Vayner.
Yeah. 20-minute drive to the other VaynerX office. Let's go do the damn thing. Let me just break the news to everybody. People are attacking Zane and Gary. This man deserves to get in. Oh, don't you do this to me. Gary answered in the Discord. Guess who's back? We're back. Let's get it. Again? No way. This close again. Nobody's here. Wow.
Looks like you travel trip got primal, man.
Episode 3. What the hell is next? So today we are going to the vessel. If you paid attention in episode 2, it was that amazing structure that was in the B-roll. We really wanted to tour it that day and couldn't. So now we're having a V-Friends meetup there. There's 10 people confirmed, might be more. And then we're going to lunch afterwards. A day packed of actually meeting people today, not just coming to the office and hoping to meet somebody. We are back in New York. We're going to go meet up with some of the V-Fam right now. I've never met any of these people in person, so this is about to be fire. Oh, I can't wait, man.
Yo, that's you? What's up?
What's up,
What's
man?
happening? How are you?
I'm like, I don't know anybody's faces at all. I mean, you gotta.
Videographers, man. What is this?
Yeah.
Gary V or something?
I told you guys I was bringing them.
Yeah. What do you guys do? What's the deal?
Right now we're just trying to meet Gary V. You know, like we went to his office to show him the tat and everything, and they didn't let us in, and then we went again, and they didn't let us in. Actually, here, you need an appointment to like get upstairs.
Yeah. How do you get an appointment?
I don't know.
You guys just got to make everybody look cool, right? That's the deal?
That's the deal. And stuff. So like, when I got this, it made like all that not matter. It was like a reset for me back to like where I was a year ago. You know, like so much has happened the past
you're not
year.
selling.
Fuck no, I'm hodling. I tell people I'm holding until Gary wins his first Super Bowl with the Jets.
There's all this rumor about renting, not renting, leasing, not leasing, this smart contract stuff with like all the, because it's not, there's still more that can be done. It just hasn't been done yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
It's all about innovation. We were just listening to stuff about people getting scammed on this NFT stuff, like releasing shit coins and owning 80. Yeah.
rug pulls and all that. I mean, look, the crypto space in general is a dangerous place. You know,
Very.
Save the kids, you know, they've just absolutely smashed them.
We were just listening to that. What's up, bro? How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Hell
Good to
yeah.
meet you, man. Yeah, I'm glad we got the telephone thing figured out.
That made it much easier. You knew about this, but what's the
We're doing like a series on Quest to meet Gary V. So it's
okay.
it's essentially gonna lead up to VCon and everything.
Showed up and then couldn't get in there.
Twice. Like, okay, we really need an appointment. That's what they want us to do. But I also think Gary's just like, why not just string it along till VCon? I'll make him wait.
Unless he shows up here.
Yeah, I was thinking, imagine that like today he just pops like, what's up, motherfuckers? What's up, bro? How are you?
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
What's happening, Todd?
What's going on?
This is the Connecticut native,
Yeah,
right?
baby. We out here now.
Yeah. Official.
Imagine being the guy whose job it is to just walk up and down this thing all day.
Let's have some serious caps.
Dude, the best caps in the world. Like somebody special. His mom prints my labels. Well, used to print my labels, so I met him through his mom. And yeah, we're just connected. It's weird because he's like 11 years younger than me. He's always been brutally honest. That's why I liked him. Like the first time I met him, he was like, "Oh, I don't like your branding at all." I was like, "What do you mean, dude? Like everybody's told me my branding's amazing." He's like, "Yeah, I don't like this, and that. It looks too medical." Yeah, it improved it. Right now is after we just met up with our V-Fam. Everything was going perfect this day. We had no traffic going in. We made a pit stop, and it didn't really add any time at all. We were over an hour early. We were just so chill. It felt like we had a perfect flow going with what we were working on. We got the intros of me meeting other V-Fam. And then we missed out on filming us walking to the vessel. When we got to the vessel, they gave us a hard time about the cameras immediately. We had to kind of talk them into letting us bring the camera up. It looks scary, you know, like Isaac has this big rig. Finally get inside, and the guy's literally about to scan my phone. Where's my phone? I got my phone out. I'm like, here's my tickets. And he's like, hold on a second, guys. Repeat that. All right, guys, we got to evacuate. There's a lightning strike. And this is what you see in the clip right now.
Keep your tickets. You can get them transferred or changed to another time.
Damn.
Literally, as I was about to say
Yeah.
it, that's why I asked him to repeat it. So we're actually going to be evacuating. We're
Okay. I was very disappointed when this happened. I was very much looking forward to touring the vessel. This is the second time we've gone there. First time we realized we needed an appointment. It's like a recurring theme. And we get the appointment, and then a lightning strike just happens to happen right then. Right then. If we would have just went like 15 minutes earlier, we would have been fine. I wish I could say that this was all that went wrong in this day. But as y'all will see on episode 5, anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Murphy's Law.
Yep.
Dude, that was dramatic. Like, I want to watch it. Number fucking 5 now. Let's get let's go. Come on.
No, 5 will be out next month. Fortunately,
Oh,
we
hell
don't
yeah. I look forward to it.
So
Real talk though, like, if lightning strikes, you're just gonna kind of be like, all right, I'll come back tomorrow. Like, that's I get it, man. I've hit those walls too before. That shit sucks. But like, lightning, really?
lightning, bro. Literally a lightning strike fucked up my day. Who does that happen to? Like it's just like I knew, like, so mind you, sorry babe, I'm yelling. This is why I need a podcast space. I'm so jealous that you're getting one. I knew in my head, I don't know, I was microdosing that day. So I kind of was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the flow of today, and I did, and everything went amazing. So I just like kept doing it, and then it was just like, screw, not anymore. So episode 5 is definitely interesting. It's
Episode 5, Murphy's Law.
but yeah, Isaac does a good job of making them dramatic looking, and
It looks real good.
and I'm the one who actually cuts up like the previously scenes. I'm the one who's kind of cut that up, all those moments into
Like
like
the intro montage type of. I feel you.
once you're watching episode 4, I kind of want you to know what happened, so you know like where we're at, but then like be looking at it like the PFAS line, like, so there's PFAS in the dump, and then that's all it says. So like I think I saw your face like change when I said that, and then you're like,
Is someone
what?
dead then? I mean,
PFAS?
yeah.
No, PFAS is like the stuff that's on like not non-stick thing.
Oh.
Yeah. And like the cardboard food containers that have the lining, that's PFAS and everything. So it's really bad. It's actually like leached into most of the groundwater and then into most of our bloodstream. So it's great. Wonderful.
You do not sound excited at all. I'm sorry. Nope. Nope.
It's not a good thing. Love you.
That's
It's a horrible thing. And after, I know I'm gonna forget if I don't fucking show my wallet. So where's my fucking profile? Is it just not big enough? There it is. Okay. So this is MetaMask. Hopefully it doesn't show it. Okay, I was like, don't show my password, please. Thank you.
Write that down.
Right. So these are some of my NFTs. I just got this one today, the Dapper Dino. Yesterday, sorry. So this is a PLP project from Dapper Dino. So what that is Gary V partners up with different NFTs that are going to launch that he likes, and you have to give 555 free tokens to VFriends holders. So far, there's been 2 that's dropped, and I'm 2 for 2.
Okay.
So I'm crushing the game. This one was completely randomized. So I had like, there's 4,500 holders. So, there wasn't that good of a chance of me winning. It was like maybe like a 1 in 1,000 or 10,000 chance, maybe more. I don't know. It's a lot. This one here is actually my application to that program that I was talking about, Gary V's PLP program. So I would be giving out 555 of the tokens, and they include like a 44% discount and a 20-minute meeting with me, like 555 20-minute meetings.
That's a
So
lot.
it's going to be intense. And then these are my 2 tokens that I just released. This one here is the core token, so it's 0.07 ETH. This one it includes 33% discount on CBD, and then access to the channels on my Discord and stuff like that. And then this is the rare one, 50% off discount and one-on-one time with me, an hour every month. So there's only 10 of those, thank God. And then these are like from my friends.
The flame of purpose.
Yeah, this is part of a thing that Gary Vee also did for the V Friends called the Sorcerer's Scholarship. So essentially, you apply for this Sorcerer's Scholarship thing, which is like you just write an essay about yourself. And what happens is you get a mentorship from Gary for a year and a bunch of other fucking crazy benefits. And then the biggest thing that I've heard about that program is Gary out of his own mouth say, and we'll be friends in perpetuity. So there's only 5 Sorcerer's Scholarship that are applying, and there's over 10,000 people that applied.
Oh, damn.
So this was part of my friend Jeremy. His name is Wanna Be a V Friend. That's like in the community. He released this as part of his Sorcerer's Scholarship. So he sent in his Sorcerer's Scholarship, and when he did, he dropped this into Gary V's NFT wallet. So it was like part of his application, which I'm like, dude, you're such a shoo-in.
You would think so. I mean, it looks legit.
This one, that one there is my Avastar. That was the first one. I said I was 2 out of 2. This is the first one. And I got it listed for 4 ETH, which current day is like $15,000. So it'll probably sell within the year, I'd say. And then this is, more of the homies art. There's just so much dope art in here, and I'm like, okay. And then there's the big one.
Self-aware bear or hair. Sorry.
Yeah, dude, I had an offer for $91,000 on it the other day that I turned down. Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean it's still not enough. It's just like no, because I know if you're offering that, you're bidding low.
Yeah, exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
Like, I know it's worth at least triple that, and still no. You know what I mean?
And it has a ton of long-term value too. That's like the biggest thing. It's like people are sleeping on the long-term value. Gary's main goal in life is to own the New York Jets. So like, I'm from New England, man. Like, I've been taught to hate the Jets. So it's kind of odd because I'm rooting for him to buy the Jets and win a Super Bowl or a few with the Jets, just to be like, turn the team around completely 180, and it was mostly Gary's doing. And when he does that, the first Super Bowl he wins, his net worth is going to go through the roof. He knows this. And the V Friends tokens will then also go through the fucking roof. And if I'm already getting 6-figure offers after 100 days after the release, what do you think I'm going to get in 30 years? Like if everything goes right and I don't have to sell it, like panic sell it to get a bunch of money and shit, like if nothing happens like that and I could kind of just store it away, like maybe even leave it for my kids, like in 40, 50 years, that shit's going to be worth so much money. Assuming
it's ridiculous.
Society doesn't collapse by then, but
can we do like a soft collapse? Listen, I'm not saying I want complete and utter devastation. I don't want it to rain brimstone and hellfire and shit. That's going a bit far. But can we hurry this up or whatever the fuck's going on? I want to get back to this shit. I want to be able to kind of move it along, y'all. Real talk. But at the same time, stop hating on everybody. Like, god damn. Think with some common sense real quick, But that's why I listen to Gary Vee. That's why I like Gary Vee. That's why I like, the road to meet Gary Vee. And dude, honestly, rooting for you. Seriously, like I could be like, listen, I know him. That's it. Nobody cares that I said that. But the fact is, you were there, and that's the point, man. I honestly think real talk, third time's the charm. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's the case. I really do. I really hope that happens
It kind
because
of feels that way, dude. It's like
Mhm.
fucking my first venture
Manifesting.
really. It was, dude. All I've been doing is like, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. But if you're talking about third time's the charm, right? My first attempt was like, okay, I started growing cannabis, and then I turned them into cartridges, and I used plant just cannabis-based organic terpenes and my extract, and combined them into clean cartridges that weren't like the 30-cent cartridges from China. And I was putting out these great product, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell this to dispensaries, being super naive, thinking that that's just how easy it's gonna be.
Mhm.
And then quickly found out that that wasn't going to happen, and I needed a license. So I looked into getting a license, and I'm like, oh, I just need a cool $1 million. That's cool. That's so then I got into hemp, which was
Small loan. Small loan.
only yeah, small loan at
Yeah,
$1 million. And then I got into growing hemp, but it was solely for money. Like, I can't even lie, it was solely for money. It was because I had a passion for it, and I knew I could make money. It wasn't like, I knew I could help people with my product, but it wasn't like I'm gonna save the fucking world with this product, because it seems unrealistic. Then, with everything that happened with my prior business collapsing, I got into the phytoremediation side, and that's what
Ooh.
I've been obsessed
Ooh.
with for like the past 9 to 10 months now. Just
Okay.
looking up all of the different benefits that hemp has for carbon sequestration, and it
Mhm.
has for sucking up heavy metals, PFAS,
Pesticides,
things that
all
I was
kinds of crazy
talking about,
shit.
pesticides,
Mhm.
and better than other plants that are tested against it by far. It's actually considered a hyper accumulator, meaning that it accumulates everything 100 times more than a regular plant would. Like, maybe like a sunflower, it's probably like 20 times more, but like
Yeah, there's like
grass.
sunflowers, blueberries, bamboo, things like that. There's that, I forget what that family is called, but that type of plant does have heightened abilities of phytoremediation, but cannabis and hemp are right above that. So yeah, it's trend. It's yes. I
So
don't
much
know why I knew
so
that.
that I don't know if you've heard about it, but Elon Musk has a contest for carbon sequestering.
Hmm.
So it's just a carbon capture contest. Whoever captures the most carbon wins, but it's not really that simple. So it's a 4-year contest, and this year's the first. At the end of this year, everybody will submit the data they have, or
Mhm.
everybody that has data will submit the data that they have, and the top 15 teams will win $1 million each. And then at the end of the 4 years, there'll be 4 teams chosen for the top 4. Number 4, 3, and 2 get $10 million each. First place is $50 million. So that's I'm entered in that contest. It's far more than just growing hemp. It's growing the hemp. It's keeping the rest of the weeds that kind of are low growing there, so to make sure you don't have any bare ground. I don't want any bare ground.
Right.
Next year I'm not tilling whatsoever. This is the first year I'm finally committing to no till. Like, I've done it already. I've told the farm I'm working with, like, please do not harrow the land. We're not
Mhm.
harrowing it this year. They go, oh, what do you mean? That's what we do. I'm like, no, it releases the carbon that's stored in there. And he's like, what? And like, he's a 30-year farmer. That's not stuff that they're taught, like.
Mm-mm.
So I'm like educating him now on that, and he was like, wait, so you're growing this season and you're not going to make any money? Like, you're not going to make any money? I said, yep. He said,
You're
why are you
investing.
doing
You're putting your money back on the ground is what you're doing.
Exactly. And I mean, if I get top 15, I'll make the million. I mean, I
Mhm.
won't make the million. I'll probably get 50K out of that, and
Still
spend the
worth
rest
it.
on my business, expanding this. And even that that NFT token I was showing you, that from that PLP,
Mhm.
that I'm trying to get in the PLP program, um, that is going to have some crazy, crazy things attached to it. and there's going to be some for sale too, and that's going to fund me getting a tractor and some attachments to the tractor, like a mini one, like a small little $10,000-$15,000 tractor, $20,000 tractor, and then a couple $7,000 attachments on it, and that will help me scale everything up without having to pay teams of people while I'm not making money. And then once I prove it out, because we're getting like massive pushback by the Department of Environmental Protection,
Right.
like everybody is like, oh, what does DEP say? What does DEP say? What does DEP say? And they say it doesn't have the curb appeal of sunflowers. So that's their answer for that, and we're trying to overcome that, and the only way to overcome it is to just do it ourselves and not rely on their approval or anything like that until we have a solid method down that we can then reapproach the mayor that we're talking to grow on the town dump. And be able to do that. But right now it's like we're just like we're probably going to lose all of this. This is just research and data, because data is important.
No, I feel that. Like, one of the things that stems from that is this. So people are thinking, so if you grow hemp or cannabis or something on that plot and you pull up these metals and chemicals and things of that nature, you can't smoke that, right? Well, you're absolutely right. However, we can turn it into hempcrete and 2x4s and things of that nature. So you can still recycle that and use it, unless you want to try and eat a 2x4. But I mean, non-edible things. So you can still recycle and use that. So it's still good. I wouldn't feed it to livestock or anything of that nature. It's not for ingestion at all. It's simply for building materials and you just,
not for mulch, not for anything that's going to come in contact with people.
Believe it or not, pet bedding is huge.
Yep.
So pet bedding is huge, and then they'll turn it and they'll spin it into like a cotton fiber that doesn't break down when you lay your head on it in a pillow. And I'm like, I want 10 of those.
Yeah, dude. We're actually we're talking to a company that does hemp wood, hemp insulation, and hempcrete blocks that you can actually build your house with, like a foundation with. So, like, because I've been repeating this over and over and over, and I'm gonna keep repeating it until people repeat it to other people, right? If the concrete industry were a country, it would be the third largest CO2 emitting country behind the US and China.
Mm-hmm.
Hempcrete is carbon negative by about, so it's like a 4x flip the other way.
Mm-hmm.
with hempcrete.
I didn't know it was 4x, but I knew it was a flip the other way.
Yeah, so they say it's 330 kilograms per meter square wall of concrete of CO2 that gets emitted every year. So 330 plus 330, and then hemp is negative 110. So it's a lot.
Holy shit!
It's a big swing, and that's, I don't remember if they said how long. I think that was just after like a year. So who knows what it'll be in 20 years? It's breathable. It breathes with the humidity and everything, and it's just I don't know. We're gonna get back to building hemp houses eventually. I know it.
I really hope we do. And here's the thing: if these concrete companies are smart, they see it coming, and they'll make the switch like Lego did to make hemp-based, plastics. That's the point. Okay. You know damn well that if Deliciously Dope goes around the world, I'm going to the Lego factory. Ain't nobody telling me you can keep me out there. Watch what happens. Point is, I'm a Lego fan, and when I heard that, I'm like, I got to go buy some Legos now. So I'm really excited for them to come out, because I'm just going to buy like a little memento for my office or something, and I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter. It's made out of weed. What a time to be alive, right? And dude, I love the fact that we're able to talk about weed. I love the fact that I'm able to smoke weed virtually wherever I go. I've done a few events, and you have to maybe go take a walk around the block or something in certain venues and events and stuff, but that's fine.
Right.
Cops don't give a shit. They really don't. And I really, really, really would rather, them do that than anything else, and I've talked to a couple state police officers, just very leisurely, just like, hey man, obviously you see the flower in my hat, and they go, the flower, huh? I go, yeah, it is. Like, I was being funny till now. Uniform or not, we're meeting in the subs shop, dude. Like, we're about to get our grub on. I had lunch with them. Like, I was gonna leave. They're like, hey, where are you going? I was like, all right, fuck it. I shit you not, I sat down. Well, I knew the one, so it was kind of helpful. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just me sitting down with two rando cops.
Right.
Except for it looked like me sitting down with two rando cops. So yeah, but anyways, I sat down and had lunch with them. They don't give a shit. Obviously, if you smoke and you drive, like, that's kind of an issue. But at the same time, there's this new study that came out that says it's really not the issue. So,
Yep.
because they did a study, I don't remember where it was published, but and do look into it. Anybody look into it. They found that people that are stoned, obviously they're stoned, knocked out. You know, we know. Come on, if you smoke a joint, you're not stoned. You know what I mean? That's my point. But they found that people that drive high or under the influence are actually more receptive and more relaxed, and it's like statistically better than people that are actually just sober drivers.
I believe it, dude. I fucking believe it. If
Blood
I was
drop.
if I didn't have an active insurance case, I might say something, but I'm not gonna. So I won't. But yeah, it's crazy because when I have driven high in the past, it has definitely made me so much better of a driver.
When and if.
Yeah. I'm so much more of a courteous driver. Like, I'm like, oh, no, it's okay. Go ahead.
Everybody can go ahead. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Like, you guys are good.
Good. No, but I don't know. There's so many misconceptions about cannabis and everything, and it plays right into kind of what the states are doing because they're believing that misconception. They're doing it here in Massachusetts, and it seems like they're doing it there in Michigan too.
Oh, I mean, so don't even get me started, man. So a few days ago, there was a rally at the here we go. There was a rally at the Capitol, and caregivers' rights. Let me take a step back. 2008, y'all. Michigan introduced a medical marijuana program. Boom. That's when it started. Okay. That same program, there have been some things added to it. You know, there's not really, and there's but the same general program has stood the test of time until this year. Okay. The only reason that this is being attacked right now is because of corporate greed, period. Okay. It's unfortunate. I'm not going to go into names, but there is like a union, a club, if you will, that calls themselves the MCMA. Well, that's not a really good club to be in right now. That's all I'm going to say. You know, they really don't like anybody on the unregulated market, they call it. Okay. They don't, but they think they're competition. So what they don't understand is that what the MCMA doesn't understand is that there's a place at this table for everybody. And I'll allow me to explain. If we went about it as beer did, I think we would be fine. For example, there's homebrew. Yo, there's stores you can go buy all kinds of flavors for homebrew. There's a huge market for that. Get it. Back when I used to drink, I've had a few homebrews that I was like, this is that shit. You know what I'm saying? Clean 5 years now, but I still support that. That's the grow your own category. All right, first check off. Cool. Everybody cool? Right. Now let's go to the craft beer. Oh shit, that's your caregivers. There's your black market. You see what I'm saying? But wait, craft beer. We can go to a brewery right now. They don't sell no Michelob in there, but you know what I'm saying? You get you a damn good beer. That's my point. So you got your craft cannabis. All right, cool. We got the second one checked off. All right, what are we going to do about the end result? Well, here's the thing. You've got your Budweisers and your brands, your corporate brands. Budweiser is the king of beers. They never wanted to, be the best beer. That's not the point. They wanted to sell the most. That was the idea. So there's your corporate cannabis and there's your corporate beers. You see what I'm saying? As long as we have that balance in the system that we're building now and pioneering through, it will be fine. But when you play for a certain side and want to jump the fence and start digging holes in my yard, I'm going to get pissed about it. Exactly. You see my point? Like, stop throwing your dog shit over in my yard. We're about to have a problem, you know? Now,
You don't even have a dog, fam. What the fuck?
I don't know where they got it. You collecting this in your morning walk or something? You're like, I need this. And then like you're walking up behind she's dog's going at it, you know what I'm saying? She's getting the bag ready. You're like, no, ma'am, can I have that? And yes, I guess. Like, what do you say? No? Like, what?
Yeah,
Are you cloning dog? Whatever. just don't. But no, it's really okay. The system works. You know what I'm saying? The system goes back till 2008. Okay. Why would you want to mess with that? That's literally putting Michigan on the map right now. Okay. Michigan is well on its way to be second in the nation as far as cannabis, everything. Okay. It's hot. It really is. I'm not joking. And I don't just say that. Like, I've watched lots of money exchange hands like that. Same with Canada. And that it's traded. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And now it's kind of like, well, I mean, yeah, I am smoking a joint on the state capitol, but at the same time, I don't feel as cool as I would have felt about 10 years ago. You know, it's the luster's kind of lost its, you know, shine, but at the same time, you know, don't mess with something that's not broken. You can play with recreational all you want. That's fine. You already regulate that. You can have that. Don't fuck with the patients.
Don't fuck with medical.
That's it. Don't touch medical. And since you wanted to go below the belt, now it's going to get personal. That's the facts. That's the truth. You're going to get a lot of pissed off people. If you didn't like what happened, you know, at the Capitol, I would probably just ixnay on that bill A. That's all I'm saying.
Get rid of that. It ain't that hard. Just don't do it.
It's not. You know, or hey, hire consultants. Yo, I'll let you buy me lunch.
Woo.
You know, I already consulted on Bill 5128 and 5129 for consumption, and that's working out. So, I mean, listen, that's what I'm saying, y'all. Vote, okay? Don't just be like, I want to see change in the world. Be the fucking change. Period. If you want to see change, be the change. You can't make this up. You can't. I mean, that's that intense, you know. But that's that drive, though. That's my point. My entire life, I was told I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. Well, why am I doing it then?
Yeah, so you have like a chip on your shoulder type of thing.
It's pretty heavy. You know what I mean? It's heavy, and I'm tired of carrying that shit. But yeah, a little bit, you know, a little bit. But at the same time, I'm not making anybody else's shoulders heavy. That's the point. And that's the mistake I made the first time. I was always trying to push. I was very narcissistic. I won't lie to you, man. I really was. I was blaming everybody else. I was like, yeah, but you, though. Yeah, but. Now I just don't say anything. I'm just like, okay. All right, bet. And then I just noticed with that mindset, that drive, and just kept moving forward, people started falling off and falling to the wayside, and other people showed back up and stuff, and it made so much more sense that that shit that they be talking, the shit that they're pissed off about, ain't even on my radar anymore. I'm like, oh shit, you saw that? Nice. That's it. It's a whole new lever, whole new, you know, world and leveling up. There really is. But at the same time, there's more work though. That's why I said, like, you don't really seem like you've done much, but you've done a lot. You know, I had like 49 phone calls today. Shit's crazy. One is too much. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, they're all important. They're all moving towards bigger and better things. Yo, they got me on Yahoo Finance, didn't they? You know, that shit right there.
How'd that
blew
even
my mind. What happened?
How'd you get on Yahoo Finance?
I don't know. I don't know. So here's what happened, and from there it just kind of, there was all kinds of, you know, cameras and things like that. It was a massive event. I planned most of it, but I didn't plan this shit because they were said. So let me back up. Paw Paw, Michigan, Grasshopper Farms. About a month ago, almost, I put on the 21st of last month, I put on a dinner for 80 people underneath a massive tent overlooking about 5,100 cannabis plants outside. During that time, from 12 to like 4, they were doing live tours. Anybody of any age can walk through, touch them, smell them. They weren't in flower yet, so, but to give people an idea of that this plant isn't going to kill you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And lots of great feedback. So then that's when we called in the VIPs of, you know, local dispensaries and just a lot of PR on their end. I gave them a set guest list of people I wanted to show up, and every single one of them showed up, you know, and a few chefs and I put together, a very, very awesome menu for people, infused it, kicked it out. I did 3 wines per table, a white, a red, and a mango Moscato. So the entire night was angled around terpenes, and I went caryophyllene and myrcene. Everybody felt great with that mango Moscato. So that blew their minds. And then when you're like kind of got a little of a slight, buzz on with the CBD and like, a little wine buzz from the bubblies and shit from the Moscato, you walk in that field of weed and you can still smell it. You're like, this is the new vineyards. That's my motherfucking point.
My motherfucking point.
So people are like, it's never been done. I was like, where did you think I got the idea?
The only thing that's scary about it is just, I guess if you're making people pay money for it and whatnot, I guess it kind of mitigates this a little bit, but it's scary to show people your grow up.
Yeah.
Even if it's just hemp, people are like, yeah, okay, this is just hemp. Look at this. Looks
Well,
weed.
So let's actually talk about that. And so I did say something, and I don't want to speak on their behalf, but from what I remember, the answer was, and I don't remember who told me, but I do remember hearing it. They have state-of-the-art equipment. They literally can see a bug on their plants from their security system. I've watched this happen. So, and there's someone there constantly 24/7. So it's like, if you're gonna mess with it, they're gonna know. You know what I mean? They've even got like little sensors that, when we were filming with our drone, they had to turn them off because if anything breaks that line, those little like proxy, it'll trigger the alarms. I'm telling you, this shit's like state of the art. I was like, that's impressive. Like, you see that shit in the movies. That's how good it was. I was like, can you do that fucking, RoboCop shit thing again? That was pretty gnarly. And he would like pan it and like zoom in and shit. I was like, enhance. And they're like, okay, we've seen Super Troopers. I was like, shut up, give me once with it. Shit, you guys do this all the time. You know what I mean? Like, just let me laugh at myself. But no, it was a really good fun time. There's a lot of, top of the line grow equipment there, top of the line stuff being used. I'm really excited they have over 30 strains. They're testing the soils and things like that because Michigan's different. But there's a strain that I'm really excited about because I had a sample of it like a year ago, I think, or like 6 months ago. It was Van Helsing.
Ooh, I've never had that before.
Yeah. Like, okay, do you like garlic breath?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's up there in like terpenes and like headiness a little bit. Yep. So I mean, it kind of makes sense. Van Helsing, kind of makes sense. But no, I'm excited for that. So I mean, it's big things, and so like part of their PR group. It landed us on Yahoo, and it's interesting because like I woke up one morning and it was crazy because it was posted. So I didn't find out through him. I didn't find out through anybody involved. Find out by a completely random ass post, and this person's like, yo, did you see this article I just posted? I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh shit. And so then I click on it and it takes me to Yahoo, and I'm like, that's not I thought my phone messed up. Okay, sorry. Calm down. Listen, I wasn't ready for this moment. Like I don't expect, it's the hypersensitivity. And it was the first thing in the morning. I needed to smoke a joint. So after smoking a joint, I turned my phone off and turned it back on, and it took me to Yahoo again. So I scrolled down and there's my ugly mug, and I'm like, okay, oh shit. So I went back and actually read the article, and it's the point is like, this is a grassroots thing. We want to prove that these plants aren't going to hurt you. They're literally just trees. That's pretty much what it is. You know what I mean? More to it than that, but we want people to see this, and that's the point of it. And as far as the dinners, like, we want to be able to congregate and talk shop. There's wine dinners all the time for no reason. They're like, hey, dude, it's Wednesday. Wednesday has the same letter as wine. Let's do that. Literally, sometimes that's how pop-ups are made. But that's not the point. I wanted to create an experience. And so what we did is we filmed it. And that became the pilot episode of Deliciously Dope, A Journey into the World of Culinary Cannabis. It's being edited. I mean, we're doing voiceovers and things of that nature. Very docu-series style. Very serious, but at the same time, cynical, sardonic, and a little bit of education. You know what I mean? I'm kidding. The emphasis on education. But, we really look at the world of cannabis, and where it's coming and where we want it to go. And obviously, we want that to include food. And it just so happens that people know how to put it in food, but people don't really understand exactly what happens when they put it in food. More so, terpenes and temperature matter. Okay, terpenes burn off at certain temperatures. If you don't know that, then you're not doing it right.
Yep.
That's the truth. And it's interesting because I have seen some shows before talk about terpenes and the smell and stuff, but they don't really go into depth about that. And I think that is massively important. I mean, so if we're talking tasting cannabis, I've done quite a bit of reviews for sure, and there's another, thing like that coming up in my future. I can't talk about just yet, but it's coming up, where I'll go around and maybe it'd be edibles or whatever the product may be. We'll go to whatever dispensary, we're not going to discriminate there. Everybody has an equal chance. You know what I mean? But I experience cannabis differently than people, mainly because being a chef, we have refined tastes and palates and stuff. And so there is a back note to smoke. There is an exhale. There is a whiff. There's all kinds of, different ways to like smoke weed. You know what I mean? And believe it or not, there's flavors that happen away from your face. Like when you're smoking it and you pass it, I want you to think about something. Say this right here. This is my rosin, okay? Now, interesting enough, if you have, a good nose, and unfortunately, if you've ever had COVID, like it's an issue, it is what it is. But you can smell it when you crack it open. That's my point. When you go to grind weed, you can smell it when you're not, right up on it. That's what I'm saying. Those terpenes smell different at different layers. That's why, like, notice when you get right up in the food, it smells really good, but you can smell it far away. Yeah, that's terpenes, dog. You know what I mean? And you literally can taste those. When you get up on it, boom, it attracts you to it. Exactly. If it's telling you, hey, I don't think I'm going to like this, then maybe don't eat it. You know what I mean? So that's basically it. But
that's how it works for bugs. Certain bugs don't like certain terpenes on plants.
And dogs.
Yeah, that too. It's one of those things that are really important. I feel like I can't even count how many people I've told, like, there's terpenes in every fruiting plant.
Everything.
So actually, no, not even every fruiting plant. Every plant has terpenes.
Everything. Yeah, literally everything. Yeah. Because there's terpenes in basil. It's estradiol. I want to think of estradiol or however you say it. But yeah, if you eat too much of that, you'll puke.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I look at it this way. Back in the day, we had plants, roots, leaves, rub this on it, it won't get infected, things of that nature, chew on this bark, blah, blah, blah. And then they created, drink this tincture, take this powder, and then it was pills, pharmaceuticals, and then it's going back, man. I'm telling you, homeopathic shit's the way to go. You're having a bad time, microdose some shrooms, you know what I mean? Like, figure your shit out. Do what you gotta do. That's it, man. Once you get past that point where you thought you were going to fail and everybody else thought you were going to fail, you're like, it's 30. I'm going to be dead. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just donate my body to science. RIP my liver. You know what I mean? And now that I'm 34, it's just like, I'm just kidding. Can we not do this anymore? This shit sucks, But but the point is, like, you just got to keep going. And that is the point, that drive. Just keep going.
It's something crazy that we're never taught about our liver.
That it regenerates?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be above 15 to 20% left. But that's just what I know. Sorry, I don't know how I know that.
Yeah, that's why, like, you can donate a portion of it and then grow it back. Like, what the fuck?
Why can't you do that for anything else?
Right, yeah. Why?
I mean, I know there's science, but I don't know that.
Yeah, like, how does that happen? Is the body just like, this organ is so important, we need this. It needs to be bigger, especially with you, asshole.
So, okay, hang on. Let's talk about that, because check this out. The liver, it filters a lot of what we do, drink, ingest, things of that nature. Have you heard about these people boofing LSD? Why would you even want to attempt this? Like, I'm like,
oh, man.
Listen, I've heard of, THC infused suppositories. I've heard of alcohol soaked tampons. I've seen people do things that it's fucked. Okay. But you went straight to Alice in the Wonderland. You're like, I'm going straight to LSD. Like you ain't even hit. You ain't. Damn. You know, like straight up the pooper. It's just.
Yeah, it does hit it crosses the blood barrier and hits your bloodstream like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
It doesn't get filtered through your liver.
Yeah, and that's not good.
No.
Drugs that are made of chemicals. Like
Well, at the same time, like that's how you know you were really sick as a kid. You're like, listen, yo, shit's gonna die. You need to stick this little jelly tube up his butt. Why? No reason. just get it up there. I remember one time I guess I was sick or something, but like I'm sitting there and like we're going to meet the doctor. My parents like, he just wants to say hi. I'm like, hi, what's up? You know, I'm a kid. It's cool. But bend him over. What? Like my whole world changed. You did what now? And like they fucking proceeded to shove this little plastic fucking jelly thing up my ass, and I'm like, cool. Now I feel worse than I did. I was sick when I got here. Now I don't want to be around you anymore. Like, this is stupid.
Family Guy. Like,
it was when I had chicken pox. That's what it was. So it was like, yeah, it was
they
terrible.
shoved something up your ass for chicken pox. Did I get something shoved up my ass that I don't remember?
I'm telling you, you didn't.
Meatloaf.
Wasn't LSD, but no, I read that about, it was some famous comedian. She was talking about it, whether she did it or not, it's irrelevant, but she talked like she did, you know, and she was like, yeah, so I remember I was boofing LSD, and everybody's like, wait, what? That's fucked. What's the rest of this gonna sound like? And she's like, I don't know what it was, but it was just like Jesus started talking out of my asshole, like, and it just started spreading. I was like, what the fuck?
Somebody on Reddit said, "What's boofing?" and then said,
yeah.
You guys got that, all right? It's one of those things that like you smuggle drugs in your ass, but if it was to break in your ass, you're gonna have a bad night.
Or a great night. Depends on what you're smuggling. That's really.
I mean, I can't imagine if you shove an 8-ball of coke up your ass that if it breaks that you're gonna be standing. I can't imagine.
No, I don't think so. Unless like, you know, some kind of primal Grand Theft Auto instinct kicks in and you just run for it just on mayhem.
Your heart rate would already be so fast resting that you'd run and just have a heart attack and die.
So the movie Crank. No, we've seen this. It worked out pretty well for 2 movies. You know what I'm saying? You just had to electrocute yourself a couple of times. No big deal.
True. I didn't even consider that.
I mean, if you okay, let's say, hang on, because I just watched this movie. It's called Kate on Netflix. Have you seen this?
No.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
It's sort of like Crank. So this chick, she's an assassin. This isn't going to ruin the story at all. Because I haven't even finished the whole damn thing, truth be told. I watched the most of it, but she's an assassin. Okay, she's a really good one, clearly. And then like something goes wrong, and then she gets poisoned. Okay. Well, the poison that she gets was like a rare, radiation. So she has, you know, a accelerated acute radiation sickness, and she's dying. She has 24 hours left. Well, obviously that's your protagonist-antagonist plot, and she goes to seek revenge. We've seen this before. Crank, things like that. So I think in a world talking about like, you know, doing drugs like when Crank did it, I mean, it's the same shit, but I think if your life depends on it, maybe doing an 8-ball up, you know, boofing an 8-ball, if it's saving your life, dude, I'll help you put it up there. Come on, man. The least I can do. You know what I'm saying? But that was the whole idea. She had to keep jabbing herself with EpiPens and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good movie. Yeah. I hope it ends good. I haven't seen it yet.
So you're saying I should do sex at the horse track?
Yes. You know what? No, you absolutely should.
Yes.
If you haven't,
What's
you're not
wrong?
a real boy.
Why would you not
Or
do
girl.
that?
Yeah, like you. Wait. Hang on. No, hang on. There's questions here. We need to argue the semantics for this. So when you say sex at the horse track, just clarify that it's not with the horses first and foremost. Once past that, it doesn't really care. I don't really give a shit what you do. But I cannot condone bestiality in this point. I cannot condone that. However, if you're talking about getting it down to the bathroom, make sure your stall's clean and that you got consent. That's it. Get it. Everybody, do not have sex on the horse track. Don't do that. Now that we've covered those grounds, you are free to fuck about the horse track.
All right. So go to www.sexatthehorsetrack.com. I don't know where that leads. So, oh wow, look at that. Twitter literally automatically filtered that comment. All right, good job, Twitter. Thanks for censoring me, man. I really needed to be censored right now. Really bad.
I probably should be censored more than I am.
It's so fucked up. Yeah, I think I remember that now. I thought you were saying you were gonna have sex with a horse. So,
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
yeah.
But no, that is absolutely true.
I hope horse sex ads don't pop out. I hope they do, man. I hope they do. If you have a
Yo,
wife,
okay.
you have some questions.
What movie was it where whole boy, it was horse dick dot MPEG?
Oh,
Miss March.
yes.
Yes.
Wait, was it or was
It-
it?
The girl next door. No, it wasn't.
It was the one that it was the same.
It was
one
Miss
that was
March.
asking about my wiener, wasn't it?
No, that was Accepted.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was Jonah Hill and Accepted back when he was chunky. Ask me about my wiener. Yeah. I remember that shit. I just watched Grandma's Boy for like the umpteenth time.
Oh man,
That brings back a couple of classic chuckles. Reminds me of my Halo days.
I haven't watched that in so long. That's what Matt. We should. Oh wait, we'd get flagged for that, huh? If we watched that on Sunday. I mean, not Matt. Spagucci. Spagucci is my co-host on Sunday for High Talks. If you're watching on Reddit, we're live on this channel every Sunday. I'm only here doing my job, being a slob, dipping in bob. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna do a dab. That's what I mean by dipping the bob.
You know what? I will see that. I will see that.
Like I will see that dab. All right, if you're out there, Spagucci boosted. I don't know if you smoke, but if you do, if not, take a shot. If that's your thing, bro, go for it.
Just don't have sex on a horse track
Just don't have sex in a horse.
with a horse.
No, I like to say do sex on me and stuff like that. Oh, you have an autographed poster of the cast of Accepted. I'm dumb slow. Wait, you're from Mass, Boosted? I didn't know that. I kind of miss gaming with you guys. I'm not good, but I miss it.
What was you playing?
Mostly COD. We played a little bit of Apex. They've been.
I was a
playing
Gears of
lot
War person.
Mm,
Still am. Occasionally, I'm too busy now. I got this new game. It's the Warhammer for free in Xbox Live. Dude, I haven't touched that shit in a month. So it's like, dude, I'm just busy. We're building the new podcast studio. Like that shit just doesn't happen by itself, you know. Plus, I'm emceeing different events, you know, going out doing the public eye thing. You're just busy.
Yeah.
Which I'm good with cooking. You know, I finally get to like start my own line of edibles and shit. So that's gonna be gnarly as hell. Like, and it's not. So people have asked me, they're like, okay, cool. Are you gonna do the typical brownies? No. You're gonna do typical like, you know, gummies? Nope. You're gonna do this? Nope. You're gonna do that? Nope. They're like, what are you gonna do? Much like you said earlier, I'm gonna keep those ideas quiet. When you know, if you know, then you know. Period.
I like it. My favorite edibles are the Chiba Chews from back in the day, like 2012. The Chiba Chews now are weak as fuck. They're like 5 milligrams a piece. The Chiba Chews back in the heyday, my brother, them shits was 150 a piece. And we would down them shits, dude. Like there was so many people that just thought they were gonna die from eating so many Chiba Chews. And I would always get super goofy high, like when I eat too many edibles, which is usually after like 500 milligrams or so, I start getting super goofy and super tired. I've never really gotten to the point, besides when I ate like 2+ grams of Fico,
Oh shit, that's a lot.
Yeah, I passed out, but
That's what I did. Listen, weed ain't gonna kill you. You're gonna go to sleep for maybe a couple of days, but at the end of the day, your body probably fucking needed it.
man, I've eaten. Man, I would love to some nerds, 3 of them. I think I've eaten 2 of them, and it didn't really do anything. It tasted fucking delicious. Dude, I can't wait. What's the date? The 16th, 17th, 16th.
16.
I'm more than halfway through the month. I'm not doing sugar this month. So I'm like fucking people are like, it's gonna get easier. I'm like, fucking when? Every day I think about sugar and wanting fucking sugar, and then every day there's a new sugary delicious treat downstairs made by my family. And I'm like, oh, today it was fucking what is it even called? Blueberry something, and I was just like, oh, that's like my favorite. Oh, and they made
How's it gonna be your favorite? You don't know what it's called.
because I can't. It's like a blueberry crumble
Streusel,
and
cobbler.
no, it's why can't I think right now? My brain just
Because
went
you're baked
dead.
as shit.
Maybe could be.
I blame dabs, dude. 100%. No, listen.
Yeah, it's the dabs. It was the dabs. It has to be. No other option but the dabs.
Mary Jane struck again, huh?
Yeah, man. She always be striking. But that's, dude, sometimes
So, are you doing just all sugars, or like natural sugars? Okay.
it's just processed sugars. Yeah,
Okay.
the natural sugars to an extent are okay. I'm not using anything that's on a similar high glycemic index as processed sugar.
Right.
So
But
things
like you can eat strawberries and cherries and shit. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I do.
Because without that, I couldn't have done it.
I don't have any edibles in my weed drawer, to be honest. I know this is gonna look weird, people. It is not what it looks like. This is just how it comes
It's
back.
100%. Don't let him lie to
Okay.
you. No.
So
it's terrible.
in this syringe, let's see.
I'm just kidding.
There we go. This is FICO, full extract cannabis oil.
Which is different from RSO because it's a different medium that it's held in, correct?
Yes. So full extract cannabis oil is made with ethanol, which is pure alcohol. You run the ethanol really, really cold through really, really cold bud, and you get this beautiful. I know it looks dark, but when you spread it out, it's more like, I don't know if the camera, like you can see through it.
Yeah.
It's like an amber color, and that's because everything besides like some of the plant fats and lipids and stuff like that is amber. Good. Oh, look at that. Said at the same time. He filters it through diatomaceous earth and one other thing after extracting it at -80. So it's clean enough to dab, and I do. And the fucking terps on this shit are so fire. But when I'm feeling pain and I need an edible, I literally just go like this.
Straight to your finger.
I just eat it. And I have to kind of switch it around because if you just swallow it down, it might get stuck in your throat. You don't want that shit. That shit sucks. So make sure you get some saliva in there. Like keep it under your tongue, and make sure that you get some saliva in there so it doesn't get fucking stuck in your throat, because that's definitely happening. You're sitting there all night. It won't fucking come out.
You're like, oh no. And then it melts away and you're like, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Yo, one of these days, Boosted, me and Spagucci are going to do a mushroom podcast, and that's going to be fun. But we can't do that until we have like a space to do that. So, and it'll be hard for me. I don't really like being indoors when I'm tripping. I don't know. I'm just like, I need to get out of here and go to the wild. Like, it's just like something about mushrooms like brings out like the primal side of me that's just like I'm so happy and so like easygoing, but I feel like if somebody fucked with me while I was microdosing, I'm in such a primal mode that I feel like
You become boom boom shakaloo.
yeah, dude. Like, it would just be like going to a different mode. And because that's how I feel about everything. Like when I'm microdosing, I feel like everything's just a different level of better. It's like when I microdose and go to the field, I'm like, okay, like I'm noticing things that I did not notice when I was not microdosing. Like I know I'm not
It's
sure.
like you're more hyper aware, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Super hyper aware of everything, and that's why, like, I drive a lot in silence. I sit a lot in silence, just because it makes you do a lot of inner work, as you know. It forces you to do inner work and look at yourself. Like, it's like looking at yourself in the mirror constantly. Like, you're being an asshole. You're being an
Right.
asshole. Like, even now, when I like lose my temper with my daughter, as soon as I'm like, Nia, come on, dude,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, like, I'm just always thinking about it now. Like, I could have probably handled that better. Like, there's different ways to do it. It's it's weird when, like, I'm constantly thinking. I was already an overthinker, but mushrooms made it worse. Like, in the sense that now, like you said, I was already feeling like I was hyper aware. Now it's like I don't know what's past hyper, but that aware, and it's like, especially when I'm microdosing. Sometimes I lose track of it. And, like, get like today, I've been exhausted all day. I just, like, I don't know why. I woke up tired, and then
Mhm.
it was dad duty in the morning, and then went to my kiosk to help train some employees, and then went to my side job, and now I literally got here. When I got here at 9:15, I was just walking through the doors. All I did was grab a banana and another snack, and come on the stream with you. So literally 9:15, and then
Boom.
we're on now 2 hours later, and it's like it doesn't stop. But you learn to, like, live with those kind of things. If I was microdosing, I probably wouldn't even care at all about my tiredness. I would just be like, I'm not tired. I got this shit, and it makes it that much easier. I mean, I'm good because I have shit to do. So I'm like, I know what I have plans already after this to do more work. So I'm like, I'm ready to go. But oh, what did he say, bro? Vice did a segment of a comedian doing stand up on shrooms, and one of the guys going to a monster truck on LSD. I wish we could play that without fucking getting in trouble. That would be cool. Oh wait, on YouTube, they'll probably have an issue with it. I was gonna say Twitch seems to not give a fuck, dude. Like,
They really don't.
I
From what I've heard.
got one, like, 1 day or 2 day ban one from them once, but for, like, streaming a fight, and but besides that, it's never happened again. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I doubt they would care about a show that has, like, 2 people on Twitch watching. They're not gonna be like, what the fuck? Dude, those 2 people can't watch this.
Fucking stoners.
All right, I'm gonna try to find it. Fuck it. Fuck it, mate.
Fuck it.
Comedian on shrooms. Hey. Oh, it's Theo Vaughn. I remember this.
I've never seen this.
Super down to watch this again. Fuck yeah, Theo Vaughn. I mean, we're not even gonna get in trouble for this at all. This is
Love it.
this is something that's not gonna be trouble. Oh my god, dude, he's fucking hilarious. Expand that for you guys. All right, guys. All right, you guys.
Enlarge the video. Enhance.
Enhance.
Fuck.
What did that do when I did that? Can you still see me?
No, I can see. I can't see it at all. I can just see you.
Yeah, see, when I full screen it, it just, like, goes away in StreamYard. I don't know why it does that.
That's weird.
Yeah. Super fucking weird. What is this button? What does this button do? Oh, I didn't want that button. All right, well, we're just gonna play it. we can look up that after Spigucci.
Y'all give it up for Hannah, huh?
Dude, wait, Theo Vaughn was in
I
Deadpool?
did it probably, huh?
I didn't know that. Oh my god. Sometimes shrooms are like truth
I
serum.
probably hit it, dog. You know? Seemed like trouble. I'm yours, Hannah. I ate some mushrooms, dude, so fucking there's your gardener right there, son.
Your
But yeah.
gardener right there, son.
Usual set because I don't fucking know what it is. And I'm just gonna sit up here under these lights because they're warm.
Because they're warm.
Like that's how fucked up I am, man. So
He's gone.
I could be a fucking crescent roll at a Chevron right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get friends.
Let's get friends. I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, man.
It's funny. I have a friend
He's
that's
gone.
like, yeah, he is. He's like trying to compose himself to be human.
I'm voting for Donald Trump, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna look at Hillary's fucking face for 4 years. Sorry. She just looks like a liar to me. Just look at her face, she just looks like a liar. At least I would like her to say I'm lying. At least Trump was like, I'm fucking lying. Like, oh good. All right, cool, man. I'll follow this fucking blatant liar rather than somebody playing lie and go seek. You know?
Lie and go seek. Dude.
I'm in the 1%, man. I make great money. I just fucking I already feel bad driving past poor people. I don't want to feel twice as bad in 8 years, you know? It's only gonna get fucking better for me. To be honest. And I feel like at least with Trump, we'll fucking maybe we go to war, dog. Bring it on, son. Y'all like Game of Thrones, bruh. But you know what I'm saying? You like it in the sheets. What about in the streets, dog? You know what I'm saying? When your neighbor's getting all Lannister, let's see what's really up. See who the fuck you are in your fucking townhouse. Yeah, I'm voting for Trump, dude. I like video games.
I'm voting for Trump. I like video games.
Fucking boredom.
Boredom.
Living my comfortable fucking life. Owning property and fucking just eating whatever I want. No, man. I'm sick of that, honestly. I'm ready to get fucking gunned up, son. Ready for a couple of fucking brothers to move in. You know what I'm saying? Let's turn up. Let's let Nairobi in, dog.
What?
Yeah. Ready to get hit by an arrow while I'm drinking coffee.
What?
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
That's fucking G shit, dude. We're such pussies over here, man. We fucking tweeting about how we know so much. We're fucking pussies. Tribal warrior shows up, dude. You be on your knees asking for God's help that you tweeted a half hour ago. You don't even believe in anymore. Fuck that shit, man. I'm also high as fuck right now, dude. But also believe, I think what I'm saying.
That's what he said. Yeah, I'm ready to get hit by an arrow while drinking coffee. Fucking
Oh,
serious.
fuck, it's supposed to be a comedy show, dude. I forgot.
Shit.
I just always get mad about everybody that's making fun of Trump. It's just the easiest. It's like we get not Jan. I mean, Jan does great impersonations. He's a fucking superstar. Just every day, it's just so many comedians like Trump, fuck Trump. I know, we get it, dog. You don't like him, dude. Move on to the next thing. You know? Anyway,
Next thing.
gays though, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Now that is an issue, son. We need to fucking build a wall around West Hollywood, dog. Because these motherfuckers are getting vibrant.
Jesus Christ.
Gay dudes, they want you to accept everybody unless you're fucking straight, dude. They look at you like you're just an asshole, man. They do, man. Jesus, bro. They're so unaccepting, I feel like. Gay dudes are unaccepting. This dude, I did this shitty project the other day with this dude. And he's trying to fuck me on text message, man. I'm like, dude, this shit is. You pay me $12.50 for a date. I ain't fucking at that rate. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing butt kegels, but that's for a movie, son. You know?
No, we don't know.
Whatever, man.
The answer,
We're
man. That's
talking
perfect.
about these gays, dog. They're getting wild. They're getting wild, man. This dude came up to me the other day, had all this shit in the Easter baskets, bro. What the fuck, dude? You can be gay, dude, but you ain't Dorothy. You know what I'm saying, bro? Get your life together, Judy Garland. You know what I'm saying? Get a GPS and put yourself in there, okay? Because you are lost, dude. He had all this stuff in the Easter baskets. His money and his phone and everything in the Easter baskets. Like, come on, bro. You passed gay. You want some space cock, Daddy Bear.
Space cock.
Space cock.
What's some space cock, Daddy Bear?
You fucking animal. You know? If they got some super gays, man. If you keep driving down Santa Monica, you end up in fucking Candyland down there, bro. Bunch of adventure bears out there blowing each other off, jerking each other out behind a donut shop, drying each other up. You know what I'm saying? Fucking emptying nut sacks out there behind the fucking Chevron.
Back to Chevron.
Fucking laugh or don't laugh. Don't laugh with a fucking hand in your mouth.
Oh, yeah, he did bring up Chevron
Let
earlier.
your fucking
Huh?
voice out. He was like, it's okay to laugh, man. You good. That's just God shaking you and making a sound with you at the same time. It's beautiful. But yeah, these gays, bro, you hit that Chevron, dude. You start thinking you gay. You can't even be with your girl.
Third time.
Like, damn. They just have a look in their eyes like they are sucking some really good dick back there, you know? Just looks electric. The advertising alone in the crackhead's eyes out front is worth a lot of money, man, because he's really setting it off. They sucking dick out here. Like the is back in his eyes, man. Like that's where they filmed the Jungle Book, but for sucking dick.
Oh, my God.
Whose drink is this, man? Is that water? This isn't water, huh? It isn't. It smells negative.
It came up negative.
It does, man. Negative.
I'm just trying to process that.
I'm probably gonna sit back down.
Probably gonna sit back down.
Oh, these fucking gays are out there, bro. You think I forgot? Look at you trying to look happy and enjoyable, you know, trying to make me forget about these gays with your heterosexuality. These gays is out there, dude. They out there. They sucking. Coming at you like fucking little dicks, man.
Did the audio cut out?
Are y'all keeping secrets, dude?
Oh, he was just quiet.
You know them?
You know them?
Okay, you the villain, huh? I get you, Voldemort. I know what's up, you dark artist. Trying to be all cavalier. So, what else, man? Oh, my brother tried to fuck me when we were younger, bro. We were children. He did, son. Y'all forgot about that shit, dude? No. Unforgettable. If I can remember that shit, my brother tried to fuck me when we was younger. We wasn't gays or nothing. We was children, and we was. He was 7, I was 5, and he just got early onset erections, I guess. And I guess he was like a problem solver, and he would just try to hide them in my ass a little. He did, bro. But we wasn't gays. We was just children. And
That's so bad.
grew up. He got 3 kids now, man. He's a youth pastor. He's a great man. He's extremely successful. But he used to, he got early onset erections. He got hard in the front real early, and he would try to fuck me a little bit.
Okay, hang on.
Year and a
He
half.
said hard in the front. What is there a heart in the back?
But this how I remember this. This how I would
Oh,
stop
so
him. So for my 4th birthday, I got a bag of Jingle Bells, and I got them engraved with my initials on every one of them. It was a real special thing, and I would just shake the bag when I would get happy, and at night though, like I would get under the sheets, and to make sure he wasn't trying to get in my ass a little, because we shared a room. I can tell you that. I can tell you a crucial fact, dude. Crucial fucking fact, bro. Investigators, y'all looking at him like you want information. We shared a room. I forgot. I just icy for some reason.
This is hilarious.
I did.
He's actually handling himself pretty well, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You don't care. You don't care. So this how I would keep him off me at night. I would hide under the covers, and just, and I would take the little bag of Jingle Bells and I would start at the bottom of my feet and I put one on each side of my bed sheet going up, all the way up, like a little alarm system.
Jesus.
All the way up to the top, and then I would just sprinkle a couple of JBs up here above my neck. And then if I heard a Christmas sound, that meant he was trying to do sex. Sometimes I would think I would hear one, but it was just a seasonal memory.
Seasonal memory.
But yeah, he tried to fuck me for a little while, man, at the house. So, what else, man? We had a bunch of my friend growing up, he had Down syndrome, right? But they never got the paperwork done on him, so he just had it, just freelance. He did, because his mom was a drunk. She never got the papers done on him,
Oh
And
my
she
God.
said he didn't even have it. Like, he has Down syndrome. She's like, no, he don't. He's Irish. I'm like, he ain't fucking Irish. Nobody's that Irish. That's like 700% Irish. He was, man. He was my buddy. He was a fucking asshole too, dude. I don't know if you know a lot of DS kids or not, man, but we used to fucking party together, man. He used to drink. He started drinking early, man. And this was after my brother tried to fuck me. When my brother got over that, and I started making friends outside of the house.
Friends outside of the house.
Because I went through like this whole battered spouse thing by the age of 9. But yeah, this kid named Derry. His name was Derry, named after the food group. He was named after the food group.
Oh my God.
He was, man, yogurt and all. And he had Down syndrome, bro. We still owe $1,100, man, for fucking up this Ramada, bro. We used to party in there in the lobby. Yeah, we used to just get drunk, and it was the only place that really had the lights on at night. So we just get in there and drink in the fucking lobby until they called the police on us. We broke a bunch of plant pots in there. And Derry died. He actually drowned in Hurricane Katrina. He died, but and I thought they wouldn't make us pay after that. I mean, come on, dude. But they still hit us up $1,100, man. So I'm trying to split it with his estate right now. It's kind of fucked up. But look, dude, you got to pay the piper at the end, son. I don't know I don't care if you're coming up light or not. If you're coming up light, you got to pay the piper, man. Oh. What else happened, man? Hey, this shit, dude. Let's talk, dog. No. Human person, I'm okay. Yeah.
Reassuring himself, I'm a human person. Okay.
Tell you what else, dude. So they used to call me the nigga bus when I was younger, bro. And I know it's kind of a crazy story, but here's what happened. Hear me out. That was a weird place to start the story. I used to ride my bike through the black neighborhood to get to school. My black friend would get on top. He would sit on the handlebars. He was like 11 feet tall. And then after a while, when I would come to the neighborhood, he started calling me the nigga bus. And then everybody would yell, "Here comes the nigga bus," and everybody would get on, and I would bike everybody to school. Like as many darker kids as you could imagine.
Jesus
You know,
Christ, dude.
3 was the most I could really get there, and 1 on somebody's back, so 4. But yeah, I had fucking huge quads, beautiful legs as a child. But and I'd show up with all the kids that missed the regular bus. You know, here it comes. And then I used to go over to my friend's house. He was darker than me. And I used to bathe with him and his sisters in this big tub, like this big kind of wash thing in their front yard. And this older man would come over and tickle me. He would, dude.
Jesus Christ.
He'd say, "One of y'all's dead." That's what he would say.
That got dark real quick.
Yep.
Yeah. Although I'm sharing that with you guys, man, and I'm fucked up, you know? And I don't care, man. They tickled me. And he made me feel different, I guess. You know, he made me feel white. And it just felt bad, I guess. What else, dude? This pedophile took us to this pedophile took us to the Marilyn Manson concert once. Did you like me? Okay, fuck. Yeah, dude, I'll tell you about that. So I met this man at church. I was with my girlfriend. We met this man, and he was older. He's about 80, and we didn't know he was a pedophile. We just thought he was old, and it kind of just licked the corners of his mouth a lot. And he and this is what happened. My girlfriend go over there on Sunday and watch a football game with him because he probably lonesome. So we went over there and watched the football games with him, and then he started substitute teaching at the school, right? In hindsight, I'm like, who the fuck lets an 80-year-old man teach somebody something? I mean, he's probably insightful, but you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker can't run a microwave, you know? So, and then he's like, "Oh, we'll come over in the weekend and watch the game again." So I went over to this place to watch the game. And you just turn a bunch of lamps on in here? Like these little lanterns, or were they already on? Okay, good. It's all right. Swear to God, dude. Just saw them all going at once. I was like, fuck, it's Halloween.
Fuck, it's Halloween.
And
How long is
so
this
then what
shit?
happened was I started going over there with my buddies on Sunday. Me and my
It's
buddies
almost over.
smoked some
It's
weed
fine.
with an older gentleman. And
We've gone this far. Come on, we've gone this far.
Marilyn Manson.
We got to hear him out.
I know Marilyn Manson. I'm like, no fucking way, dude. Like, you're about to die. And but he's like, I know Marilyn Manson. And so he took us there. And I remember me and my buddy was probably 13, 14, in the bathroom peeing, and some man goes, "Look at these kids." And then some other man in the bathroom goes, "Somebody will probably try to fuck them." That's what somebody said. It's pretty dark, I feel like. Children. But anyway, let me tell you about how we knew the man was a pedophile. So like a year later, we ended up smoking weed, doing he took one of my buddies to Vegas. Actually, I fucking do feel a little bit bad for that kid, but he was he was older than us, and he seemed like smart. He seemed smarter, but anyway, that's getting a little dark. But what it was, so this man, we're eating steaks at his house one time, right? Me and my buddy, and I'm in the kitchen. I was looking for some sour cream, I think it was, and I yelled. I was like, "Oh, do you have any sour cream?" The man's name was Big Richard, the pedophile.
Oh, no.
And I said, "Big Richard, you got any sour cream?" And my buddy's sitting in the living room next to him. They eat steaks and potatoes with him. And he goes, "No, but you can have some of this sweet cream." You know, he's joking, about semen. And and then Big Richard, I'm in the kitchen, right? And I hear Big Richard lean to him and go, "Can I have some?" To my buddy, right? And that's when it all turned on, just like these fucking lamps did ago. Which y'all fucking tricked, which y'all's fucking surprise ass. It's October. And that's when we knew he was a pedophile, man. But,
And that's when we knew.
family owned a deli. They did. They owned a really nice deli. Delicatessen, they called it, but we knew it was just a deli.
We knew it was just a deli.
No, man. But these gays are just relentless, dude. Some of them. They are. And thank you for guys for supporting me with that. I just can't keep some of these sisters off my back. Did you just turn the fucking lights off? Now you did. Fuck you. Wow. It's like I'm fucking going to heaven already. I was like, I'm already going to heaven.
He thought he died for a second.
You did too.
For a lot of shit, man. I put Nair in my girlfriend's shampoo one time. I did. Fuck her still. After college, dude.
Wow.
She was fucking some guy in the kitchen. And it wasn't me. I wasn't the guy. And that's what really was the disconnect between us. So this is beautiful, actually. Should always do it like this. This is fucking romantic, son. It's like we could joke or fuck a little.
Fuck a little.
You know?
Oh shit.
I'm trying to tell y'all a story that's kind of like good about fucking or something. About these gays, dude? Oh, I'll tell you what happened then. Oh, the man with the fucking Easter baskets, right? So we come up to me and he got all of his specialties in an Easter basket. You know, his phone and credit cards and just pictures of his grandmother. And the further you go down there, down Santa Monica Boulevard, they got more, people get gentler and gentler, until they just creatures with fucking vests on and glittery dicks in their eyes.
Oh my God.
And like sometimes you'll see the gayest dude ever. He don't even look like a man anymore. He looks like a premature baby, something stretched real tall, put a little tank top on it. And it looks like he just got he got on shorts and he got on Daisy Dukes, but more Daisy than Duke. And he got bright white legs, like boo-rammy white, just like tall stacks of fucking Philadelphia cream cheese holding him up. And he don't even look like a man. He just looks like he looked like he don't even have a spine in his body. Like in the morning, he was just down like this in a little pile, and then he just caught a whiff of dick in the distance, and it's just been holding him up all day long. And then I'm like, this dude, it's too hectic, man. It's too early for this. It was like 8 a.m. Prince died, man. Prince fucking died. They got Prince, dude. I mean, he was a drug addict on a little bicycle. And I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked, but bummer. Oh, man. What else, dude? I feel like these. I don't know, man. I asked this girl out, but she never texted me back. So what does it mean, though? Whatever. I'm probably gonna throw my phone away whenever I get out of here. I'm just into creature comforts anyway. We used to sell tattooed hamsters and guinea pigs outside of raves when I was younger. We did. And I'll admit that.
Wait,
I swear
what?
to God, we did.
Tattooed hamsters and guinea pigs at raves? That's curious.
And I didn't brand them, but I smiled when we got the batch of them. Yeah. And this is the early 90s when you could still do that, I guess, you know? And I just loved 311 so much, and I thought they did.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and we used to sell them outside of raves, and the people was on ecstasy pills. Did you just hear 311? Okay, I think I've had enough. I have, man. I'm Theo Vaughn. Thank you guys so much. I have a special on
said,
Netflix.
"I
It's called
think I've
No
had
Offense.
enough."
I gotta go to the comedy.
Dude, that was good. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
You had me rolling at times, like holy fuck, man, like hell yeah. But look, that's what happens though. You know, that's healing. It is. He kind of worked through some traumas and things of that nature. I mean, there was a little
Live
bit of
on stage in front of an audience, and now the whole world. It's fucking. I was like, ooh, man.
yeah.
I wonder if
I mean,
you're
listen.
working through that yet, or if you're working through that right now.
I mean, listen.
That's wild.
You never know what's going on behind somebody else's eyes. That's the view that we never get to see. Perspectives are very important, you know, and I say that being the first person to judge my own actions, you know, and that's just me. But there's a little bit of healing in what he just said. You know, I absolutely enjoyed myself. You know, he has a very comical gift and he paints a picture. Let me tell you, he paints a picture. I love that. I don't know if I would have talked about like dick craving cream cheese people, but it's cool. I get
Yeah,
it.
a little cringe in a couple parts.
You just ruined Gumby for me, dude. Thanks. Fuck. No, I'm kidding. You made it better, hell. You made it better. Now Gumby's got more friends. It was because it was just him and Pokey, wasn't it? And then there was that one annoying bitch. I don't remember what her name was.
I can't even remember, dude. I feel like that part of my childhood is gone from my brain.
Okay, I'm about to blow your mind then, because check this out. So I never really get to watch Saturday morning cartoons growing up. Always kind of working, you know, just being a kid, shit like that, and so I really want to go back and, you know, I wanted to see it. I was like, I know I can find it on YouTube. I shit you not. You can, the entire Saturday morning cartoon list, line up, commercials and all. You can find them and you can go and watch them, and it's cathartic as shit.
Huh.
I know it's probably the weirdest thing, but it makes me feel better because it's like a few of the commercials I remember. I'm like, oh my god, I totally had that toy from McDonald's the one time we went into town. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, I remember the episode in Power Rangers. Oh, I can remember doing this while I was watching this episode, and it's pretty interesting. So it's like literally looking through like a little, like a magnifying glass into the past.
Yeah.
And I smoke some really good weed, so you know it helps too.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, you absolutely have to. And listen, you're gonna find out like once you're smoking weed, you're gonna like fall into this like little pattern of, okay, don't smoke dabs before noon. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, smoke joints, or you'll figure it out, dude. It works out perfect.
Exactly. You have to find your balance of whatever works, and the only thing that bothers me is when people complain about shit and don't try anything. Like, just don't do anything to try to fix it. I'm like, come on, dude. You got all these options in front of you. Choose one. Just close your eyes and point. That one. Pull a straw.
Do you think that they're indecisive in nature, or do you think that they've been basically bred and brainwashed to become indecisive?
I think it's in our nature to be indecisive because we're always like questioning other people's morals and shit. Like, we're animals at the end of the day, so like sometimes you're around certain people and you're just like, ooh, you know, it's just you have that animalistic instinct always inside of you.
My tail usually goes up.
Yeah.
You know, no, I feel that, but then the question is, the difference between, you know, some kind of primal nature and us is consciousness. You know what I'm saying? There's conscious thought with the added rage, if you will, the infuriation and things of that nature. So not only we're able to feel that, we're able to project that, we're able to know what we're doing and absolutely fucking love it. Everybody loves a good revenge. Let's face it. You know, it's the truth of it. That's why dramas in the social media catch. They don't want to see two people doing a duet anymore like they did in the 80s, you know, with country singers. They want to see two rap artists go at it. And then boom, launch sales for both people. No, notice there really wasn't any fucking beef. It was fucking planned.
People are doing album rollouts based on fake
Boom.
beef and shit. Like,
They're dropping, you know, there's what, Tom McDonald, they dropped 2 albums in one day.
damn.
That's insane. The mad props to that. That's never really been done. And he's his own like label or whatever. I haven't really followed that much, but what he's doing is decently impressive. And that's my point. You're dropping albums, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. People are doing some awesome shit, you know? I think that like kind of sharing that love and you know, just making it so that people can actually continue to do that awesome shit. We didn't have that shit before. We were bred that, you know, the whole war on drugs, man. It was like, yo, dare. We found out that it means drugs are really expensive. That's really what it eventually meant. But it was, you know, what was it? Drugs abuse resistance education, which doesn't even fucking make sense.
At all.
Like, you guys could have, listen, look at me. Look, you could have worked better on the fucking title and you know it. Moving on from that. I did really think that it was cool. Like, I got to sign my life away before I'm even 18. That's cool. You made me forcefully, under duress, I might add, sign this willfully saying that I'd never smoke weed. Well, guess what, bitches? I make a living from smoking weed now. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, they did make us sign that.
Remember that? For the t-shirt. You just sign it to get the t-shirt. Every single fucking... They probably burnt them. But if somebody finds one with my name on it, and you can prove that it came from that school... I'll give you a crisp high five.
Listen, my signature's not the same anymore, so...
Yeah, I don't think that I think I drew a picture.
Like, I'm gonna draw a flower.
You want a real NFT? Shit, if you find that and find that picture, there you go. There's an NFT.
Boom. There you go.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the hell that's how that works, but that might work. See, I got to get everything like lined up first because we're doing some pretty like heavy shit. Like we really are, and it's like 2022 is not going to be the same. It's just not at all. Like this is all who's showing up for the race because Michigan's so much shit's going on politically in Michigan. It's insane, but at the same time, it's hard not to be a part of it. So. For those of you still watching, let's kind of talk about something. So something important happened today. That MCMA group that I was talking about earlier, the No Bueno group that you don't want to be a part of. There was a certain brand that was in there that was in the group that in the event we were putting on the 25th in Niles, Michigan. They've since dropped out. Because of whatever reason, so they dropped out, and so we're gonna continue to. We're still doing it. That's still happening. We found some people that are anti-MCMA that have absolutely immediately wanted to fill that position. So that was easy. So you see my point here. Like it kind of worked itself out.
Yeah, you have a lot of major balls moving around. Everything's just like, or maybe not ball. I don't know why I said balls.
Balls on the brain, man. Balls on the brain.
And his fucking brother's dick in his butt a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh my god. But no, you have cogs, I think is the word I was actually looking for. And now they're like connecting and now your gears are turning.
You got to build a machine. You want to print money, you got to build a machine.
Exactly. I like it.
It's that simple, man. And so, you know, with that
money once. What?
What'd you say?
So I knew a guy that printed money once.
I mean, did he do pretty good?
I never tried it.
Did he? So here's the question: did he do large bills or small bills?
He did 20s and 10s,
That makes sense.
so it was like the middle.
Yeah, like middle of the road. See, it would have been smarter to do 5s and 1s.
Yeah, I mean that's what. Oh, I guess they did 10s. The Good Girls, the fucking series on Netflix. It's really good, but they like make fake money and it's all 10s.
So let me ask you a question. Speaking of Netflix, are you a fan of Trailer Park Boys by chance?
I have not really watched that show. I don't
But
really
like
watch
the docu series, like reality kind of aspect.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that show,
there's an Irish show
I've seen
called Hardy Bucks.
Hardy Bucks.
Hardy Bucks. Okay. I'm not even going to try to explain to you what the fuck it is. Okay. Give it one episode. At the end of that episode, if you do not like it, give it 2 episodes. But it's definitely worth watching one episode. And yes, I will 100% admit to you that at the end of episode 1, you really don't know what the fuck's going on still. But the story plays out and it's absolutely bingeable and worth it. Like, dude, like I said, I listen to, I don't watch TV anymore. I listen to it while I'm doing something else. I know that's weird, but for me that works.
Yeah, I found myself doing that more and like watching TV to wind down. Like, it's like, I guess it's a half hour, but whatever. I gotta spend some time doing something besides working. And lately, I've just been like, we got an Amazon Fire Stick, and then I logged into my Prime account, and I saw House on there, and I was like, fuck, that's not good. And I hit play on episode 1, and now it's just the only thing that plays on the TV since. It's like, oh, now I need to catch up and watch the whole series again. I used to fucking love that show. Dr. House is the man.
You know, I'll be honest, I never really like binged watched TV shows. I did when I was younger though. However, you remember TGIF?
Like the
Like the series. It was on Friday nights and shit like that. Like there was so growing up in the the 90s, just growing up in the 90s, there was a different type of television. Okay, you didn't have the ability to watch the entire season. No, you had to fucking wait. That shit sucked. And if you missed it, you couldn't go back and look it up on the internet. No one told you what happened. You suffered until either it came out on DVD, VHS, or whatever have you. You know what I mean? Like that's just what happened.
Yep.
No, it's not. But that's what happened. So calm down. Hit clips, we knew they were going to be a great thing, but there was just like, what, 15 seconds of a song? Yeah. We paid $20 for a thing that played. We had to buy batteries for it too. So we're $25 in at this point for 15 seconds of a fucking song. Are you kidding me?
They're testing the waters.
Capitalism, y'all. I mean, that's exactly what happened. Now, but however, give me my Nickelodeon back. You see what I'm saying? Let me have that. The face guy, the Nick Jr. That shit was my jam, dude. That was my homie. I confided in that guy. He knew all my secrets. He didn't though, because he's not real. But I pretended he did. The point is,
Why did they get rid of characters like that?
I don't know. I figured he just went to go get cigarettes and never came back.
Said the point is though.
Well, Steve did. I mean, he figured it out. Homie came back and was like, my bad, y'all. I didn't mean to skip out. I went to college. Missed you, though. I'm back.
Here's the thing, though. He said, I went to college. Dude, he's like 40. So, like, he got out of college and then waited 12 years to tell us, like, that he's out of college.
Take a clue here. Just we're going to look over it. Blue was a G, though.
I'll be honest. While I appreciate the message and that was really awesome, that video, I never really was like a Blue's Clues kid. I was always more into Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and wrestling. Wrestling was my favorite.
Wrestling.
I love me some good old fashioned wrestling.
So I got a really good friend. He's from Canada. And Plywood, if you're seeing this, I'm sure you are. What up, dude? And he'd be like, you talked about wrestling. You talked about wrestling. And here we go. So I never really claimed to watch wrestling all the time. I didn't really follow it. It was on. It was the only station that came in. You know what I'm saying? We were trying to go to sleep as kids. My mom's like, "Fucking let them watch TV. It's Friday night. We just got off a shift. You know, I got home with my parents 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock at night. You know, for an 8-year-old, that's
Friday Night SmackDown.
I think so. I don't even know what it was, to tell you the truth, but I can. But hang on, it had Triple H in it. He was young. Okay, it had Bret the Hitman Hart. Okay, it had Hulk Hogan, Rey Mysterio. It had Sting. Sting was my favorite, where he would come down from the rafters with a baseball bat and just start hitting people. That always made so much sense to me.
That's what I would do.
And then ICP happened a few years later, and I was very confused.
They did the face paint the wrong way. Like,
I was just like,
fucking magnets, bro. How
and
do
then,
they
and
work?
then what really confused me was on PlayStation they had that backyard brawl where it was wrestlers and ICP, and I was like, that even confirms it. This is bad now. Are they part of a cult or what's going? Like what's going? I didn't get it, and then I got to listen to all their album, their works and stuff. And dude, they're lyrical geniuses. They really are. And they're good at what they do. And look at that following though.
ICP does as a crazy following, like lifetime fans that will buy Go forever.
I could speak more on it, but I don't feel. It's been a while since I've listened to ICP, but my favorite album is The Great Malenko. I like that. That's my jam right there. I don't know which one of the Joker's cards that is. I know that's a thing, and I've got a lot of ICP, fans and friends and family for sure. But they're making fun of me right now.
That makes sense too, because you're from Michigan, so.
Oh, dude, no, I've been in the building. No, Psychopatrick Records. I've been in the building, so it's not what you think, but it is really cool.
Interesting.
Like there's pictures of stuff like around and things of that nature, but like it's kind of like just like an office building, kind of like it's not even a big deal. I mean, it is cool. There's a few pictures I've taken. I can. This was due like a decade ago. I could probably dig them up and find them. You know what I mean, and get them to you. I looked a lot better back then. I will tell you that. I will tell you that.
Didn't we all?
Yeah, I didn't get pictures with them, but I got pictures of like me in the building, so that's pretty cool. So I worked part-time at a carpet cleaning company, and we had the contract there to clean, so that worked out really well. So, yeah, there was no climax to that story. That's pretty much it.
So being from Michigan didn't influence it at all?
Not really.
No?
No, not really. No, it's... I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, listen, if anybody knows anything about the rap game in Detroit, I don't know anything about it. But from what I heard, ICP was coming up and Eminem was coming up, and those two had beef. Yeah. That's what I heard. Okay. And then they both are like meccas. They're like so untouchable. They're influential. You get the idea. All right. If one's the goat, then the other one's the fucking sheep or something. You know what I mean? The point is, you guys can choose. They're good in their own different ways and stuff. They have, very good followings, very solid followings, and very different backgrounds. And, when 8 Mile came out, that was a major motion picture. You know what I'm saying? And I would say that helped put Detroit on the map. Not that to say that Detroit wasn't already on the map. Detroit was, a monolith on the map, but this solidified, just Detroit. Everybody wanted a piece of it, and then we watched the market crash. About 2006, 2005, 2006. You remember this shit?
Yep.
Everybody was broke.
Yeah.
And then you started like all these movies and stuff came out, but you really couldn't do much, and then you grew up. I mean, at least for me, I just consistently, kept working, trying to, be a teenage kid and figure all this out and stuff. And I made a lot of good friends along the way, but.
Is Michigan and Detroit especially, is it finally like coming back, or is it still kind of?
Oh, Detroit never left. People might leave Detroit, but no, Detroit never leaves. You know, that's what makes Detroit Detroit, man. You know, that fist is resilience, bro. There's a special blood type that comes from Detroit, and I swear that it's iron. I'll tell you that. You know, and those people are rigid as shit. You can always tell a Detroiter by not what they tell you, but how they ask you.
Hmm.
You know, they'll be like, "Hey, let me get that right quick," and you hand it to them. You don't even fucking think about it. They could be robbing you. You just hand them your shit. I'm just kidding. They're not. There are, but there are areas of Detroit that are up and coming. There are areas that needed to be restored a long time ago. Whether or not the city of Detroit agrees with that, I can't speak on that, but that's what I know. You know, I can tell you this. I like where she's headed.
So you live in Detroit like now, or you just live near there?
No, so I don't live in Detroit. I used to live in Detroit. You know what I mean? I used to live over like fuck. DeQuinder and shit, this is a while ago. And then I moved from there to Redford. Redford's not Detroit. I don't care what you say. Redford is not Detroit. It's right. They touch each other. Redford's not Detroit.
I have no clue.
It's like a suburb. So it's like, let me back up. So there's Detroit, and then there's suburbs of Detroit. Okay. A lot of people are just like, yeah, that's Detroit. It is not. It is not. Livonia, not Detroit. As much as they try, not Detroit. Okay. Redford, not Detroit. Let's see. West Bloomfield, not Detroit. Farmington Hills, not Detroit. Northville, not Detroit. Novi, I've heard it, not Detroit. That's halfway across the state already. You know, it's just a geographical thing, but you can tell by how people act in Detroit. There's more of a resilience, and that resounding, like, just toughness, you can tell, you know what I mean? As soon as you're talking to this person, if they're from Detroit. That's just it. You know, Detroit's never left.
I don't think I've met too many people from Detroit.
You'll remember them, though.
Facts.
That's the point, you know? I remember a lot of my friends in Detroit. A lot of them have moved away and came back, you know? It never really leaves you. But what people don't see is it's never just one city in Michigan. Never just one city. Because if you're from Detroit, you go somewhere else on vacation. You know what I mean? And so the question is, where do you go? There's lakes and shores, and everybody has a house up north. That's what happens, you know? Some people go to Florida. Don't get me wrong. That's great. It's cool. Those are snowbirds. Y'all can have them. That's fine. Fly away. The point, you know, everybody goes to the lake. You know, it's a thing. They go up north. And I will tell you, Michigan's UP is otherworldly, man. It really is. There's birch trees as far as your eye can see. There's lakes. It's close to bliss as I would possibly think. You know, the air tastes different up there, you know. But at the same time, as soon as you cross that bridge, that majestic Mackinac Bridge, you realize you're driving back to the Lower Peninsula, and all it's bullshit.
That's oh man, it's already fucking midnight, dude. I'm like, why am I tired? Oh yeah, it's
that you bombed that RSO this morning or earlier. You were like, you gotta move it around. You don't remember that? That's what hit you.
Yeah, probably.
And then you took those dabs, man. Listen, I can hang. You feel me? But goddamn.
Somebody said, "Chef" on Reddit. They said, "Chef, do you make edibles?" You weren't here earlier, but yes.
Yes, I do. So it's more than just edibles. There's going to be a very artisanal line of edibles coming out under Deliciously Dope, as well as on the show, we highlight different chefs and cannabis chefs and, you know, what they do, X, Y, and Z. Some episodes I'll be cooking, some episodes I won't. It's you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that I will and I won't, but it'll happen. You know, I mean, honestly, I just stick weed in food. I mean, that's pretty much it.
And you can find Rodney at Deliciously Dope TV everywhere, right?
Oh yeah, it'll link back somewhere. They've connected all that shit now, so that works out pretty well. I do not listen. I've got one of the best marketing teams like you could possibly get, and I say that because this person will literally go for blood, and it worked, man. Look, it worked. You know, I took a lot of chapters out of a lot of their books. You know what I mean? I learned my lesson the hard way, but the fact of the matter is, and going back to Gary V, this shit's real. This is a part of life, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm from the high five that America left standing doesn't mean that I'm not relevant. You know, you're gonna realize that some of the shit that when I say it goes a little bit deeper. I want people to play that back 3 or 4 times. You know, I want to make one quaint moment into something quintessential, real quick. You know, I want people to think about what I said. You know, and so when I said, riff off about Detroit and the outer cities, I want you to think about it, but at the same time I'm representing the entire state of Michigan because it's important. Like I said, we talked about self-care being important earlier when we're moving forward as entrepreneurs and as adults and doing what we're doing. Well, self-care sometimes is going on a fucking vacation, and if your only vacation is driving 3 hours north to go sit in a lake somewhere and just stare at your cell phone or stare at yourself and your problems and just cry into the woods, then do it.
Somebody said, "What do you think about
Watch out for
Travis
bears.
Weed? Travis Barker? If so, I don't know anything about it."
So Travis Barker has his own line out now. I only believe it's for CBD though. And I think it's called Barker's Wellness, and I haven't had it yet. No, I've seen it, I've heard of it because the amazing team behind that, pushing that and stuff. But plus, it's Travis Barker, dude. I've always kind of looked up to the dude. Like I used to play drums back in the day. Like his shit was influential. You know what I mean? So, absolutely. But I don't use just CBD, homie. Like we need a little something a little stronger. You know what I mean?
You said it was Travis Scott.
Travis Scott, yeah, no, I heard about that. No, I haven't tried that either. I haven't tried Lil Wayne's either.
Oh, they have different like strains.
So it's companies, bro. There are strain specific. So for example, like let me talk about one I do know for sure. So Pure Options here in Lansing, Michigan has partnered with the one and the only Grizz. Everybody knows him in the world that listens to house music and shit like that, EDM, whatever have you, but they know Grizz, like dubstep and shit. He's from Michigan, okay? Grizz came back and partnered with Pure Options and dropped 2 strains, like a line of, like, it's called like Astro Hippie or something like that. And there's 2 different strains, like an indica, sativa or some shit. And boom, he dropped that. So there's a lot of like influential people working in cannabis for cannabis dropping their own line. But that does not necessarily mean that they actually grew it themselves. However, with Primitive Group, Megatron himself is behind that. The football player. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of, it depends on who it is at this point. You've got Darren McCarty out here, the ex-Red Wing, killing it with his brand, pushing amazing awareness for the plant and doing an awesome thing. So look at the advocacy there. I love it. But at the same time, when you have other rappers or something from a different part of the world, they're great. Have their brand pop up in your state and that motherfucker ain't never stepped foot on the ground here? That's the issue. How do you even know? How do you know it's good? You know what I'm saying? But then some people could be like
that. What you say doesn't matter. Like just because you like it, that doesn't matter. Other people have to like it and feel good from it.
It's based off of the terpenes, man. Let me smell it first.
Let me smell.
You know what I mean?
That's what she said.
Listen, the nose knows, okay? That's what it is. I've actually I got a story about, no, I won't even tell it, but I ditched a girl, straight met her, introduced myself, was like, yeah, I'll be right back, and just left because she stunk. She smelled terrible. And like, here's the thing, she was fucking gorgeous. Like, I should have stayed. I really should have, but honestly, I'm glad I didn't because it was that bad, homie. Like,
Did she like just get out of work or something, or?
I didn't even okay, all right, I guess all right. So I took like a half a day off. Normally I would work the second shift. I worked the first shift today because I was like, I gotta go on a date. Like I gotta do something. Sick of fucking staring at myself in the mirror or whatever. I gotta get some attention. That's not in the restaurant industry. Come to find out, she's in the fucking restaurant industry. So that's great. So we both made time. It was through friends, so it wasn't through a dating app. So it was that kind of weird. They introduced us, on like Facebook. So it's whatever. However you want to explain that, digital, whatever. So we go, to this bar. We meet there at this local bar, and I walk in the door, and obviously it was her. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh, you look better in fucking person. Cool." Trying to be as suave and smooth as I could. Did not work. But so then I walk up, and she gave me a hug, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god, no!" Straight BO, dog. It wasn't like perfume. She didn't even try to cover it up. It was just bad. And she's like, yeah. And then she was like, so I'm guessing like nervous sweats, but it was, no, I couldn't at all. I was just like, ugh. And dude, I got a strong stomach. If you're making me gag, there's a problem.
Oh man.
So, and then as soon as I looked up, like I had a jacket on, like, I was going to set it on the coat, and I just started slowly zipping it up, and she's like talking to me, and I'm not really paying attention, and I like catch the bartender's face, and he's just like, that's a bit right. Like, he's like, and I knew everybody was saying the same thing. So I was like, yeah, all right, let me go use the bathroom, because the bathroom was like down the hall and down the stairs. But you could also leave and go up outside and just book it. And that's exactly what I fucking did. I was gone. I went home and took a shower immediately, and then just proceeded to get stupid drunk.
I bet you she probably showered before meeting people after that.
I would hope so. I mean, listen.
She probably blamed it on it. What an asshole. What did I do? Well, you stank.
At least say that you haven't, like, and I'd be like, hey, it's my nervous sweats. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to do. Or something. Like, be like, hi, 3, 2, and I stink now. But here's the thing. Like, with my girl, like, her stink is stinky, but it's not bad. Like, I wouldn't say, like, subconsciously attracted to it, but at the same time, I don't mind it. Whereas when, like, if I smell BO in public, I'm just like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it. And that's got to be a primal thing or, like, some kind of aminal thing that we still have. But
it's pheromones and stuff. That's why
exactly.
I'm attracted to her.
Or human terpenes is like I like to call them.
Ooh, I got terps?
Yeah. You'd be like, man, you smell like terpene today, aren't you? Yeah. But that's just, like, if you were a strain of weed, what would you be?
Alien Bubba.
That was very quick, like, and specific. Like, how the hell? Okay. I mean, I'm good with it.
Just relate to that strain. Always have. Haven't found it since 2013. It's missing.
I would probably be like a Durban Poison, because that sounds like a really badass, like, stage name. Like, if I was a guitarist in a band, like an 80s metal hair band, I would want my name to be Durban Poison.
That does sound like a 80s hair metal band.
It does. It's also a pretty goddamn good. It's a dude. If someone's like, my favorite strain's Durban Poison, be like, okay, well, we need to talk about how many basement fucking skeleton closet things that you have. But that's such an OG strain, though. That's the thing. Like,
yeah,
we need to move past that shit and, like,
yeah, we're just smoking it because of the name, not because it's good.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Some people do. They're like, oh, in here, I find myself trying them sometimes too, just because of the name. Like, if I walk through and, like, la-di-da, oh, unicorn piss? All right, let's see what unicorn piss tastes like. It's not what I imagined. I imagined more rainbows and Skittles, like the commercial suggested,
yeah.
But
I would think rainbows.
And Skittles, maybe,
Yeah.
Not what I expected. That's pretty good. Gassy. But that's the thing, like, I think we should, again, kind of talking about it again, I think we should finalize it like it does beer. You have your home brews, you have your craft brews, and you have your corporate brews. Just do that. It's fucking easy.
It's hella easy. No,
It's working right now in beer.
I really want Skittles now, but I can't
Sorry.
have Skittles.
Taste the rainbow. You ever played the In My Pants game?
I don't think so. What's that?
Okay, so you take a popular slogan and then just say "In my pants." For example, "Taste the rainbow, in my pants."
Got it.
You're gonna find yourself doing that
Just
at
do it in
very
my
inappropriate places in public. In your head, you're just like Subway, eat fresh. In my fuck, like
Is it in you in your pants?
yeah, there you go. Nike, just do it
Yeah.
in my pants.
Just do it in my pants.
So there is one thing that I saw that's going on in Boston right now, and there's a huge rally, Boston rally.
Mm-hmm.
What? Tell me more about that. That looks interesting as shit.
Which one?
I don't know.
Oh, you talking about BFR, the Boston Freedom Rally?
Yes, that one. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Boston Freedom Rally is so it used to be called Hemp Fest around here, but then Seattle Hemp Fest copywrote their name and they became Mass Can. I think they're just Mass Can now. There's no normal. And they're putting on an event in the Boston Common, and there's like 10 to 20,000 people that come out, and everybody just comes out and smokes on the lawn, and there's vendors there, and live music, and panels, and it's really dope. I wish I could go. I have my son this weekend though, so when I have my son, I did just spend time with the family. I don't do work.
I feel that. I feel that.
I only have him every other weekend, so I'll just spend time with him.
I'm with it, man. Hell yeah, dude.
It's like once
Like-
every other week I get 2 days off, a day and a half off.
Must be fucking nice.
Kinda.
No, I take a
really
day
go
off when I go to
Day
sleep.
off. Like having kids isn't really like relaxing most of the time because like there's so much to be done and yeah, so much to be done.
And then you got dogs. Yeah, dogs are right up there with them.
Hell yeah, dogs are a lot of work too, especially needy dogs like fucking Spagucci's dog. She's needy. She's up his ass. Well, no, I guess not really, but she's a super love bug on him and super protective of him.
I got a 100-pound yellow lab or golden lab, excuse me, and a 50, almost 60-pound husky, Siberian husky, and the husky is extremely vocal.
Oh, they usually are.
We have full-blown conversations and arguments. More arguments than none, but usually he thinks he wins. He does not. Every single time.
Huskies are awesome.
And then when he just wants to start crying, he just starts, and then he gets Jake started, and Jake sounds like it's breathing thunder. So it's just like, come on, dude. All because you decided you didn't want to go outside. What? And then it's just like, then they want, it's a lot.
Like, what is wrong with you, bro? Why are you doing this? Tell me. Why you got to be like this? Oh, that's
One of them ate a yellow jacket. That was pretty funny.
Oh,
Yeah. Luckily, there wasn't an allergic reaction. It was just like chomp, and it was like, that's gone.
He was like, oh, that sucked. That sucked. That wasn't fun.
Yep. And then I got stung by 5 of them later that day, so that was fun. All at the same time. That was not fun. I lied. That was terrible.
Yeah, I remember I was in the park with my mom, and we walked over this bridge that's like over this little pond, and I must not have noticed, and I was walking along, and I hit a nest or something, and all of a sudden got swarmed by a whole nest of fucking yellow
Oh,
jackets.
no.
And they stung me all over my body, all over my face, like everywhere. Like, thank God I'm not allergic. It hurt, but they stung me
Yeah.
so much, dude. I had like 100 stings on me.
Fuck. I only had like 6, but still, that was enough.
I think I became wait, is there a
Immune.
hero that's Is the Wasp? Yeah, that's a superhero, right? Can't remember. My brain is like superhero. What? You want me to remember that?
That's too many consonants and vowels.
Yeah, I guess it's way past the time in the day where we remember superheroes, Adam. We remember that at like 3
Do you
p.m.
remember Nickelodeon Guts?
No, what's
What
that?
about Legends of the Hidden Temple?
That sounds familiar.
I think it's like the Purple Monkeys or some shit.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It's really familiar. Maybe I'm thinking about Temple Run though.
Fair enough. It was those like sports games that they used to play Saturday mornings on Nickelodeon and shit. I always wanted to be one of those kids. I was like, Mom, you don't understand. You need to drive me down to Florida where they're at right now. Right now. Because that's what you do. Just get in the car and go. I have no concept of time. I'm fucking 8. Leave me alone. Just to get one of the shirts. She's like, so let me get this straight. You want me to leave the restaurant with you right now, get in the car, drive 12 hours to fucking Florida, where it's hot as shit, just so you can run around like an idiot in what you call gack, whatever the fuck that is, just so you can have a t-shirt.
You're like, yeah, duh.
I'm glad you followed along. Like we should be going now. Like
We should be going now. Great, you
glad
understand it.
I'm glad you heard everything I said. I really appreciate you. Not it. You're driving. I'm kidding. My mom would have gladly taken. She did take us to Universal Studios Florida. We were gonna go to Nickelodeon, but they were like filming something, and so like it was like you couldn't go anymore or something. But we did go to Universal's, and I did get to like. Do you remember Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Oh yeah.
I thought they were like absolutely amazing. And so like the fake ass Ghostbusters pulled up and they were like, "Hey, we're Ghostbusters. Want pictures with us?" We're like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." I was like, "You're not the real ones."
You're not Dan Aykroyd.
And so well, no, it wasn't that. Those were the real ones. But see, the real ones to me were the next ones that cartoon show that came out that was very brief. It was like Ghostbusters Extreme or some shit. And so like that was the one that in my mind that was Ghostbusters. I was like, "You're not a cartoon." They're like, "Well, no shit, you fucking kid. I'm real life. I'm better than a cartoon." I was like, "No, you look like you're in a middle age crisis, and it looks like your wife left you. But we're not going to talk about that. Now, is it hard to get it up? But no, I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm fucking 8." So the point is, like, I was just swerving on the Ghostbusters. I beelined for Bullwinkle because I saw the antlers. I was like, I fucking know that, Christmas tree looking bastard. I'm gonna go talk to him. And so I went up and punched him. I probably shouldn't, in retrospect, have just straight up punched Bullwinkle in the ass, but I felt like we were already best friends from all the adventures that we have been on late nights when my parents weren't watching me. So I just punched him as hard as I could. Luckily, it was a very plush guy under there, and he was really cool about it. He was like, "Hey, what's up, you little fucker?" Like, he turned around and, like, I didn't hear what he said, but he was like, "Hey, buddy, I'll beat the shit out of you." Like, he had one of those tones, and my mom's like, "Oh, yelling at me, don't beat up Bullwinkle." And I'm like, "Where's Rocky?" Or I was like, "Where's Rocky?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm Bullwinkle." I was like, "I know that. But y'all run together and you know where your homies." I was a little G, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you're gonna take me to the person I want to talk to. Sure as shit, I turn around, there he is. I got my picture taken. I was like, that's all I wanted.
That's all I wanted. That's
all
why
I
I
wanted.
punched you in the asshole.
That's it.
That's why
I took a picture with him so he didn't feel bad. I was like, listen, you remember this.
You stuck it in his ass a little bit?
Why the fuck not? I think it makes the story more interesting.
Call back.
He was boofing my fist in his ass. I had to figure out a way to fit it in. There you go. There's another one.
That's fucking perfect. Boofing mids. We're boofing mids today, guys. All day, every day. But fuck yeah. All right. I gotta fucking go to bed before I say something stupid that gets us all canceled.
Oh shit, man! I appreciate you having me on, man. It was a blast. We gotta do this more often, seriously.
Yeah, I'll probably have you on again like early next year. I'm already booked for the rest of the year.
Hell yeah
about that because it just took a whole thing off my plate that I don't have to worry about. I just like I look at my list during the week and I
You
message
just go through it.
and then I'm just like, oh yeah. Except this week I really don't know why I did that. I literally messaged you, said the 23rd, and then wrote in my calendar the 16th. Like, I'm just like, what is wrong with you, Adam? Why do you do these things?
It works, man. It
Right.
works. It got done, brother.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you so much. And
Mhm.
thank you for watching on Reddit, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I'll be back next week with Jeremy Hone, who's one of the friends I met through the V Friends community, the NFT that Gary V dropped. I want to talk more about his personal life because I know obviously what he's doing in the NFT space, but NFTs are going to be a common theme this season, guys. So get used to it. You're going to learn about NFTs, hopefully. Maybe even start your own if you're an artist or somebody that can, commission an artist and make a dope token. So I'm down to help anybody that needs the help. We have a whole community of people that will help you if you're interested. You included, Rodney, Chef Rodney.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'll be back on Sunday night here on Reddit, guys, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And see you guys next week as well. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes.
Peace.